Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you are well, and welcome to another Monday Night Live. I'm joined here by man like Matt and Drifty. My name is Callum. We are Team Kop-Ish. Fellas, how you guys doing? First and foremost, actually, great stream last night. Great stream. Managed to catch up on it.
Up, bro.
Really enjoyed that. It's a great stream. Got a lot to chop up today.
Night,
Say again.
People missed you last night, bro.
I missed
for
them
real,
too,
man.
I miss them too. Nothing but love for the people. Right.
I've got mixed, just before you start, I've got mixed emotions though, I'll be honest with you. We're gonna get into why, but I don't know, like obviously man's gassed that we got third. Don't get twisted, because again we didn't really think we had a chance, innit?
It's not an amazing season though.
No, it's not. It's a salvage season. We call it the SS salvage season. We salvaged it, innit? Like last minute.
No, it's I told you the other day, it's a bagel season. It's a bagel season. There was a hole in the middle.
No, it was
a bagel season. We were top at Christmas, and we got 26 points from our last 30 in a unbeaten 10-game run with 8 wins. It's the middle bit. It's a bagel.
Yeah,
it's a bagel season. If we didn't have those 6 losses at home, ain't it mad that we worked out that if we'd have beat those 6 teams,
we would have been in the title
and drew with the champions. So even if we'd have won the 5 games we should have, and we drew with the champions, we would have retained the title. Literally, the season came down to 6 home losses in a row at Anfield. That's crazy.
No, 100%. That's why I had to take a second to kind of just like tell the people like where we're at and what we could have done. But my whole thing is this year, which we're going to get into now, is yes, we salvaged the season and got third, but at the same time, Gini Wijnaldum's like, he's gone, innit? He's gone, bro. Like, he's gone.
We're going to go into that.
We will, but I just want to say, like, I don't know whether Gini Wijnaldum watches this show or not. I have no idea. He probably doesn't. But I'm just saying, if he does, like, I think the whole fan base, whether you're the biggest Gini fan or not, would just say thank you, bro. Because when I say to you, Gini Wijnaldum has just been, bro, he's been sensational, man. Like, and it's such a sad thing to see when you deep it. But we'll go into it, obviously, and we'll cut it out properly later on in the show. But yeah, man, I just want to say big up Gini Wijnaldum, man, because brother, man's legacy will never be forgotten. Absolute boss of a player. I don't care what anyone says. Boss.
I'm rattled. And you lot
I'm
know
gonna,
it ain't easy.
I'm going to ask you guys a question about Gini when we go into the Gini segment. So that should be interesting. Should be an interesting response as well. All right, first and foremost, everyone in the chat, please do make sure you smash the like button and continue to comment and leave your messages throughout the stream. All right, so let's start.
Sorry, Cal, just before I forget, this is the last chance, guys, if you want to be a part of the last viewers review show of the season as well. So
how,
you know,
how are we filming that, Drift?
Landscape.
Landscape.
So just to let you lot know, because it's the last viewers review of the year, I'm going to push it back slightly and I'm going to make it a 10 p.m. cutoff for your entry tonight. So what's it, 7:15 now, 10 p.m. cutoff,
45
guys. So
minutes.
if you want to get it in, then do your thing, guys, and get it in. Last viewers review of the season.
Facts. Right. So let's start with the matter at hand. The news has been breaking this afternoon, going into this evening, regarding a certain Konate, who's kind of been the worst kept secret when it comes to a centre back that we've been linked with, and looks like it's going to happen. I believe his name is, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to butcher this person's name. I can't remember his actual name, but he referenced James Pearce. Fabrizio has just said 51 minutes ago, Liverpool will complete the signing of Ibrahim Konate from RB Leipzig, confirmed he'll join soon. Personal terms agreed since April until June 2026. He says Liverpool have just not decided yet about Kabak, unlikely as of today. Here we go soon, he says.
That was
Right.
51 minutes ago.
That's 51 minutes
Bro,
ago.
do you know what? Big up Fabrizio, but he said here we go soon a few times. But I do believe him, though. I do believe him. He's basically just reconfirming, and not only that, I think some people may be worried about when you hear conflicting reports about we want him, but are Liverpool trying to negotiate lower fee? Are Liverpool going to try and pay the thing in installments? Regardless of how it's going to happen, he's very, very confident that it's going to happen. And big up Fabrizio, because he said that from day one. He has said that. So
Sorry, can I just confirm? I'm not sketchy to you guys. Is my Wi-Fi is all right?
you are going a bit mad still. I can't even lie.
You're joking. I can't be.
You're having no. It's not.
No,
that last
Carl,
time,
you're not
but
going mad, but every minute or two you get a moment where you go robot-y for a bit. Like it's not like you're constantly in and out. Like you look completely fine now, but it's gone robot-y
I think
a couple
it will smooth out in a bit. You're fine though. Right now though, you're fine.
Cool. It better be, because I've made some adjustments and stuff. So Virgin, please don't tonight. If that's okay with you, please don't. All right, Drift, I'll start with you first. Ibrahima Konate, are you happy with the signing? And then also, do you think we need to add another centre back?
Can I be honest with you? I'm not
real,
really
son.
excited about this signing.
Or maybe not be so real.
Yeah. And it ain't got nothing to do with his ability. It's about his availability. And after the season that we just had, I actually find it quite redundant to buy a player who has injury worries, risks, concerns, whatever you want to call it. The quality of the player is undoubtable. This isn't about the quality of the player, but when I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jamie, actually. Shout out Jamie. It might have been Jamie who sent me. If it was someone else, apologies. But they sent me the list of the injuries that we've had this season, like per day for each individual. And I think it was Mo, Gini, and a person who doesn't really play. No, it was Robertson. There was two. There was one other player. It was Mo, Gini, and it might have been Robertson, or maybe it was another person. Are the only players who haven't been injured and missed a game this season.
Robbo's played every game, I think.
Yeah, it might have been Robbo. Yeah.
Top of my head.
And it made me look at that list, and a lot of the people on the list had missed a lot of days. Like, it wasn't like it was here or there. It was about 3 or 4 people had missed only a little bit, but then the majority had missed a lot. And I was looking at the list, and we already know. And it comes off the back of the interview that Klopp had yesterday. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, where he said he's never in his life been so anxious every day that when his phone rings, it's going to be the medical department telling him another one of his players has broken down. He said he's never
after
felt
the
anxiety.
Yeah, for real.
And
he did. Yeah.
That just goes to show you that he's been a top flight coach for going on 20 years. Yeah. And he's never had a moment in his career up to now where he's been that paranoid about injuries, and injuries have been that bad. And it just worries me that we're going to go and buy a defender, and we're adding to the defenders that are already injury prone. And what if Konate's injury is something he doesn't recover from? That's the thing that I'm just a little bit worried about. He was out for a year with that injury. Like, I don't know, man. I don't doubt the man's talent. I just don't like this whole, we're buying a guy who might have a problem again. That's what my concern is. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Matt, before I come to you.
Do we need another one? Yes. Even if Konate wasn't injury prone, I would still say Matip should go. We're not keeping Kabak. I would still go and buy another one and make Phillips 5th choice. Okay.
So, Matt, that was going to be a question I asked you. So, Drift obviously brought up his injury record. So, I'm going to quickly read out his injury record from 17 to 18 right up to now. So, he was out for 7 days, but didn't miss any games between the 9th and 16th of November 2017. Then he missed 5 days with a minor knock. Then he missed 1 match with a minor knock in 18-19. So 17-18, 18-19, he only missed 1 game through injury. Then 19-20 happened, and he missed 30 games through injury with the torn muscle fiber. And that injury went through right up until 2021, where he missed another 6 games. So in total, he missed 39 games through that one injury. Then this season, 2020 to 2021, he's only been unavailable. Well, I say only. He's been unavailable for 9 matches. In some of the games he didn't play, it wasn't because he was injured. It was because he wasn't chosen. Now, in terms of being injury prone, it's very subjective being injury prone, in my opinion, because Virgil van Dijk's obviously just had an injury where he's pretty much ruled out for almost a year, let's say. And we all know how that injury happened. That wasn't because his body broke down or because he was running for the ball and just, it was a very bad tackle. Thiago Alcantara, another player who's been labelled as injury prone before he came to Liverpool, he received a horrific tackle. And you've got other players who have kind of broken down over the season because they've been overplayed. Are we blowing out proportion the fact of this one bad injury, and are we labelling him as injury because of how much we've been stung by other players in the past? And if that is the case, are we underrating how good this signing could potentially be?
I am. I'll hold my hands up and say I am. I've been cheating on her now. I know I don't trust my next girlfriend until she proves herself. No, it's real. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest because what we just went through was a devastating season of injuries. And I know what it's like to have biscuits at the back.
It seems you barely beat the sun. Tapping my shoulder, thinking you gonna get me some. Smelling like a defender that I don't even know.
I'm in my feelings right now over the situation. It's a bad year for injuries, a very bad year. And the thing is, if our injury-prone players were just Naby, Shaqiri, Ox, those type of players, and our defenders were cool, I'd be like, we can take a chance because the player's quality is there to be seen. But it's because most of the players that play in his position are our players who get injured. I'm thinking if he's coming to cover those guys, and then they're gonna be out, and then he's out while they're out, we could redo what we did this year again, even though we bought a backup. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's a bit mad still.
All right.
What are you saying, Matt?
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, because we've been burned before. You've been burned. What is it? What's that? How did the tune go, Cal? About heard it all before.
I was burned, the lesson learned. My favorite term, so I called a lesson learned. A lesson learned.
I had to put my drink down before Cal tried to kill me again.
Listen,
Alicia Keys, that was a big tune. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust me, like we've been burnt before, so I understand why there's a lot of panic in it because you're thinking about a centre back that's had injury problems. And we're thinking, look at the injuries that we've had this season. Like, you just know it's like the worst move. However, this was an anomaly season. I have to be real. I've never seen a season, not because I'm a Liverpool fan, but just as a football fan, have I seen a team being decimated with injuries. And not only that, in one area. Like, in one area of the pitch, like, more so than I've ever seen before. Like, we had to scrape the barrel. Like 6th and 7th choice and 5th and 6th choice and bringing in players on loan, buying players and all them thing there for nominal fees and them players getting injured. Like we brought Kabak as someone to bring in. He got injured. We brought in Ben Davis. He never played no football. Like, so that's an anomaly. I don't think we should think of Konate as that. I understand that there is skepticism around the whole injuries and even I am a little bit as well. But I will say this, though. I think it's a gamble, in my opinion, that's worth taking because Konate, if you've watched him, will know that he is a serious, serious player. And dare I say it, if it goes right and it all goes according to plan, and I still think it's not going to be a smooth road, but I think eventually it will turn out to be good in how many years to come. We're going to look back and go, do you know what? That was a good move we did there, you know. There's a reason why Chelsea were interested in him. Other clubs were reportedly interested in him as well. but we just managed to convince him. And again, I think we're just adding to what we have. I do generally think that I understand where you're coming from about the whole, we've had injury players before, but we just got to give people a chance and see if they can prove that they're not injury prone. And maybe we're not a club that should do that after the history that we've had or the last couple of seasons with injuries. But let's just start bringing some more optimism. Like we're about to sign a player. I know we're talking about is how injury prone he is. Now I get it because that's factual. Like we've got to do it. But let's just hope that, or not even hope, but let's just believe that there's a reason why Michael Edwards went over there and said, I'm going to go on and sign his brother because I believe in his brother. And I think the due diligence that we've done, we should go and sign him. So why not give him a chance before we start sitting there going, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm worried, I'm concerned. Because you got a right to be concerned. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you something, Matt. Sorry to cut you. Let me just ask you then quickly. What do you think it is why RB never played him that much this season if he apparently wasn't suffering with injuries?
That's an easy one.
I've got to cross off one of the questions on my list. Cheers, Drift.
If you think, all right, let me put it like this.
That's right. I just cross it off. I just improvise now, innit? Nah, nice one, Drift.
Right, so this is how I see it. Upamecano has always been their lead centre back, and they were bringing in Ibrahim Konate to take over from him, right? And they've got another guy. On my days, I've forgotten his name. What's his name?
Mukiele, I believe.
No, there's another guy, not Mukiele. He's playing next to Upamecano at the moment. Not Mukiele. It's not. Someone give me the name, and it'll make sense what I'm about to say.
What? So you think they phased him out knowing he's leaving? You mean?
I think they did.
Yeah, of course they did, bro.
Would you do that with a big talent?
Klosterman, that's the guy.
Klosterman, yes.
See Klosterman,
yeah.
All right.
Willie Orban plays sometimes as well.
See Klosterman, yeah? That's the guy. See Klosterman. Klosterman is a very good defender, yeah? Upamecano is, obviously, we know how good he is, right? But here's the thing. Ibrahim Konate was supposed to be the next kind of like player that they were going to bring through, and he was supposed to take over from Upamecano. Now, imagine this: they put all their faith in him, and he turns around and goes, "Yeah, I ain't staying. I ain't staying." What, you think they're gonna play him? And obviously, I'm sure there's been conversations before we even heard it. What, you think Liverpool haven't said like we're interested in him or whatever? And they probably asked him like, I don't know, where your head's at, and he's probably going to be as a professional as he can be, and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to play." But let's be real, they are not going to play him. Why are they going to play a player that they know is going to leave at the end of the season? That doesn't make any sense. Even if you think
loads of teams do that though, bro.
No, they
not through choice necessarily.
No, but I think sometimes as well, bro. There's a lot of things that happens between agents and players. And I'm not trying to say Konate never wanted to play, but I just think personally, Upamecano, they already knew was kind of going by him. But I think Konate took them by surprise, and if I'm not mistaken, they actually thought Konate might have signed a new deal, where they could hire that release clause. But we just came in with Michael Edwards and said, "Yo, big man, what are you saying?" And he said, "Yo, what are you man saying?" And then the rest is history. So I think it's a case of we really stunned RB. They couldn't really do nothing about it. And even though they understand we kind of went in a bit early, they have to respect the team because we gave them peas for Naby, even though that backfired, we gave them peas. So I look at it as they were not really going to play him. Because if you look at how he plays...
Sorry to cut you, Matt. Could it also be a case of they were easing him back from injury as well? And they probably managed his injury?
Maybe even that as well. But
yeah, I would like to hope that is what it is. I would like to hope that is what it is.
He's been fit for a while.
I will say, Drift, you started it, but it seems like Jody's taking this over with sabotaging my questions. So why are they playing Upamecano? That was announced early. That was going to be my next question, but Jody, obviously take over the show, bro, because you seem to know what I'm next. So that was going to be my next question. So based off what you were just saying again, Matt, Upamecano, that secret was let out of the bag back in January, innit?
Yeah.
And obviously he still would play for them, but maybe it's a case of he's their most trusted defender by the manager. So in the same way Gini's played for us, even though we knew we were going to be losing Gini, which obviously we'll touch on. Could that be the case maybe?
Yeah, 100%. Favoritism kicks in though. It does.
I'm hoping it is the easing him back in thing. That's what I'm hoping it is. The easing him back in. He did have a bad injury. German sports science is exceptional. They know, what they're doing, and they thought, do not put him under pressure and rinse him. And and whatnot. We've got cover. I'm hoping that's what it is, and that's why they eased him back in slowly. And they took into consideration the rest of his career. I'm hoping they had enough respect to be like, at his age, you don't want to make him end up injury prone to the point where you're ruining the next 10 years of his career kind of thing. Like, he's not like he's 30 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's young. So maybe they thought, yeah, there's no point ruining his career and rushing him back. We see it happen a lot, even like Rooney and players over the years where like they'll rush back for like a tournament and stuff because they want to play. But really what they're doing is they're reducing their shelf life because they're not letting their body heal and get back to normal. And you know what I mean? A little bit like, you know, like Tony Ferguson that time when it was supposed to take 9 months to get over that knee injury and he was training after 4 months and everyone was like, bro, this isn't a good idea, man. Like, even if you can do it, you shouldn't. The doctors told you not to. Like, it's one of them ones.
Tony Ferguson's a bad example too. He's built different from every other human that's ever existed. Bro.
Listen,
he hasn't been the same since, though.
No, his chin's let him down. Well, not even his chin because he still hasn't been knocked out. His overall game's let him down, but his durability is still what it's always going to be.
I think it's a lot on his movement, though, bro. I think it's underestimated that it's his movement. You know, he's not as good as he used to be with his like sharpness and his. I don't know. He doesn't look. I don't know. He don't look the same, bro.
If you ask me, the whole Upamecano thing is very different because Upamecano has been a mainstay. He hasn't had the injuries like Konate. So even though he's
remember Upamecano's had his fair share of injuries as well, bro.
No, not like Konate.
Remember when we were worried about him being injury prone when it was him we were after, bro? But he's had his fair share of injuries, bro.
But in my opinion, not like Konate, though. I think Konate, because the thing is, all right,
I think his might be worse, bro, because he keeps on getting injuries one after the other.
No, but Upamecano has these little spells where he might be out for 3 games or 4 games or whatever, and that's over seasons. Konate, bro, he's taken basically a year out of football, even in one season, in that space. Upamecano has been a mainstay, so they were never really gonna bench him when you consider that at that time as well, when that news was about, Konate might have only been coming back from injury anyway. So they were never going to bench him. They were never going to.
So sorry, Matt. Here's the thing. So he's had more injuries than Konate, but Konate's been out longer with that bad
for longer.
Injury.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. He's been out for way longer. So they were going to remember. Upamecano and Konate were supposed to be their future. Like, but Konate, I shocked them. They thought, do you know what, Upamecano, he's a never present. We're going to carry on playing him. We know he's going by and we'll keep playing him. Whereas Konate hadn't really like broken into that fold to the point where he was undroppable. Whereas whether you like him or not, Upamecano at that point was undroppable, you know.
I tell you what though, guys, because I just tried to liken that to anyone in our team just to see if there's a comparison to see whether you lot have a point there. And
yeah,
I would probably say Matip is more injury prone than Naby Keita. But Naby Keita played less games than Matip over the last 2 years.
But again, say that again. Say that again.
I would personally say that Matip is more injury prone than Naby Keita. But Matip's played more games than Naby in the last 2 years.
But again, so,
it's like, does it matter if you're out for longer? If we're just talking about if you're an injury prone player, though.
It's body of work. That's what I'm saying. So Matip has had that foundation that, in my opinion, he built up a reputation, that foundation at Liverpool, whereas Naby really didn't. So even though, as you said, Matip may be more injury prone, Naby Keita has never really had that foundation. Like, dare I say it, yeah? We can all look back at John Matip and go, let's say John Matip was sold right now, as we are speaking. What can we talk about? When he first came into the team, and when he helped us win the Champions League. And I don't mean what he's done for the team, bro. I mean in terms of that Konate versus Upamecano, with the Upamecano's had less time out, but and the thing he's been out for longer. But I still think that you could say Upamecano is more injury prone, as in it was loads of injuries though. He's done more though. He's done more.
If you get, I wouldn't say you're injury prone if you've had one really bad injury that kept you out for a long time. I'll say you're more injury prone if you get loads of injuries all the time.
True,
that's what I would say is more injury.
That's why I say body of work though. Matip's body of work, and let's say in parallel to, and again, like Upamecano's body of work, it's higher than Naby's and it's higher than Konate's. So even if you're saying that, you know, that person is more injury prone, their body of work is higher, so that's why they're going to get picked. Because we were talking about before as well, just like when you've done certain amount for a manager, that manager's kind of going to give you more of a chance. Even if
So
you're more
you think
injured.
Naby's played less football because he hasn't been picked, not because of the injury?
I
Yeah,
think Naby Keita,
that is fact.
yeah.
He's
And I
been more
also
available
feel like,
than Matip.
yeah, he has. And not only that, when you
I
deep it,
forget he's on the bench sometimes. I
when you
can't lie.
deep it,
So.
he hasn't done enough. Like his body of work isn't enough for Klopp to go, do you know what? And imagine this though, when Klopp changed his mind in one of the biggest games we had, look what happened. And it backfired.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad.
Very true. Very true. Well, guys, we're going to read out some of these super chats. Before I do, though, make sure you smash the like button. All you have to do is just scroll up, hit the like button, and you're back in the live chat as well. It really helps us grow. We've got almost 900 of you in the stream. Let's get up to at least 700 likes.
In it, 700 likes,
please,
man.
let's
Smash
do
the
this.
like, man. Come on now.
All right, let's help some of these super chats. First one is, bear me one moment. Bear me one moment again. Few teething
That's a
problems
good point. Maybe if Naby played more often, he'd get injured more often. That's a good point. Maybe we don't truly know just. But then again, if he played more, his body might build up the resistance to injuries as well. Because
I feel like that's 50-50. Yeah, it's like the more you play, the more your body gets used to it. But at the same time, yeah, you can also play more and get injured more. So it's a tough one. I just feel like with Jurgen Klopp, he does like to reward you for your body of work. Like, remember, Drift, we were talking about like earlier on today, innit, about Oxlade-Chamberlain and how we were saying like how there's been certain games like even this season where Ox hasn't played that great and he's had some games where he's done all right and scored, but there's other players that have been available like Naby Keita and he's still picking Ox, and we kind of feel like favoritism maybe.
Remember we went through it. Remember, we like you got Tsimikas, you've got Origi, you've got
Naby.
Shaqiri, you've got Naby, you've got Ox. You've got, I guess we have to add Ben Davis to the thing because technically, so you've got all these guys that are on our bench, but for some reason, out of all of them, Ox is his go-to guy. Like none of the other guys will ever really get any like real look in, but Ox he'll always go. If Ox is fit, he'll give him game time. He's definitely one of his favourites.
But 100%. You know what? I said to Jiffy, I said, you know when he was his favourite? When Ox got injured in the 17-18 season, and he said, we're going to wait for man like a wife. Was it like a wife in like prison?
Wait for
like whatever. Yeah, you know the saying. But I was just like, you know them two. It's
I definitely know Klopp's favourite is Trent. 100%. He hugs Trent different.
Oh no, I think Alisson's his favourite.
I think it's No, Drift. Remember I said to you, it's
Alisson second in my opinion.
It's Alisson in my opinion. In no order though. Alisson, Trent, and VVD are his favourites.
No, and Firmino.
No, Firmino's in there, but I don't know if because the heart. I think
Firmino's third. I think it's Trent, then Ali, then Firmino, then Van Dijk. I think that's the order of his favourites.
I've never seen
Virgil and
I've
Ali.
never seen Virgil ever get shouted at by Klopp ever. Like Virgil could make a mistake.
No, man, I'll let you in on a little secret. The other day when I was going through the statistics, in 18-19, Virgil had a 100% tackle completion rate. There's never a need to shout at him, bro. And I'm not bullshitting. He had 38 tackles out of 38 tackles, 100% tackle completion. I'm sorry, there cannot be a defender ever that's ever done that before. There can't be.
There isn't. That's why I should have got Ballon d'Or.
So there's no need to shout at Van Dijk, man. That's what I'm saying. Now, why would he ever need to shout at the man who had 100%? No, you know what that is? Yeah. That means you sat down for the exam and you got every question right. Every question right.
But VV, that's what I'm saying. He would never. Bro, he would never say anything bad about VVD.
How did he not get Ballon d'Or that year?
Bro, because we already know it's rigged, isn't it? It's either got to be certain people in it all the time. But go on, Carl.
LFT Sports TV says James done their man on last stream. Big up Kopish.
Big up, man.
How many length signings do you think will make?
How many? What? Sorry,
Konate might be the biggest player we buy this summer.
Is that physically or?
Well, physically he definitely will be. What's he? 6'3", built like Terry Crews, bro.
6'4".
Is he?
No,
Yeah,
Konate
yeah,
6'4".
He's built like Terry Crews. Yeah, we won't buy
Yeah,
anyone more imposing than that. But
Konate 6'4" still he's
I
wham.
feel
Still
like
he's
he
wham.
might be the most high profile player we get as well. I'm gonna keep my standards very low so my disappointment can't get worse because I'm already in the dumps right now, down in the dumps. So I don't want to get my hopes up and all that.
Musa LFC 21 says FA Youth Cup tonight. Balagizi, Musliaski to watch. I'm gonna be tuning into that.
You know,
Tuning into that once we finish
the young little Messi there.
The Bulls, the young Bulls. Martin says the miracle happened, guys. My Juve in the top four. What a surreal season for both clubs. Here's to the future looking bright. Yeah, I heard Juve snuck in the back door yesterday. Still,
did they?
Yeah, because during the show he was really upset because they're in fifth position at that moment, innit? Yeah.
I kind of didn't want him to get it to see Cristiano Ronaldo playing in Europa, but you want to know something?
He would have left.
He would have left 100%. He would have got a transfer. 100%. He ain't playing Europa. You're mad.
No,
Cristiano Europa.
He would have left, but it would have been interesting where he went though.
I would have said either PSG, Real Madrid, or back to Man United.
So I know this is completely random, but I know I'm gonna forget. When I was looking at the tables yesterday, I was just trying to figure out from the other leagues who will be in that conference league. And if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but from what I saw, what teams get what? Feyenoord, Roma, and Marseille are in the conference league. Tottenham ain't even got to win the conference.
I don't even know.
That sounds like a quality league.
I'll be honest.
Still.
I saw some of the names of the teams in that conference league.
Quality.
And they would make fantastic Wi-Fi passwords. That's all I'm saying.
Quality league.
No, but you get my point. They ain't gonna beat Roma. They ain't gonna beat Marseille. They're not gonna.
They beat Roma and Marseille.
No, they'll beat all of them if Harry Kane's there.
Bro, who did they go out to last year or this year? Who did they go out to?
Naralash.
No, but
bro, they ain't beating no Roma or Marseille. No way.
No. Don't beat them. As I said before,
way.
Bro, they will beat them. As I said before, if Harry Kane is
I
there.
want them to. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You lot know, like, I don't have like a love for Tottenham or whatever, but I will actually be rooting for them 100% because I like Tottenham. Rivalry aside, yeah, Zagreb. If they couldn't beat Zagreb, how are they going to beat a Feyenoord or Marseille?
That was the Mourinho Tottenham, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different, man. You got to give them props. Them, man, they're all right, Spurs. They're all right. You know?
No Kane, no Bale.
That's what I said. If Kane's there.
Timmy, worst case, we should sell either Matip or Nat, buy Konate and buy another centre-back being Konate or someone else like Botman or Loic Barde.
Botman.
I know you're going to say that, Matt.
Botman. He just won the league, bro, with Lille. They toppled PSG, you know.
Yeah, they did.
Botman. Listen, listen. If
Geordie
Liverpool...
T. Sorry, Matt. Geordie T. Supposedly, we have talked to Varane for 40 mil. We probably talked to him. That's probably as far as it's gonna go. To be honest,
we tried to slide in the DMs, but there was about 1 million other DMs, so it didn't even get read, didn't it?
We ain't getting about, man. We ain't getting Varane. We're getting one.
You know what? I would love to get Varane just to look at the way you lot would lose your shit.
So that's what I was gonna. I'm gonna really quickly ask you both. So let's say, for example, we secured Konate. And we were getting rid of Matip, but we were always getting Konate, regardless of whether Matip stayed or went. But Matip's definitely going, and the Klopp wants another centre back.
Yeah.
Who are you picking, Varane or Botman?
I'm picking Varane. Listen. I think Botman for me has a high ceiling, but I don't want right now with the players that we have at our disposal. I want to play that's 30, like. He's played at all levels. That's Rafa Varane, bro. Rafa Varane, I don't care what no one says. He's still one of the best defenders in world football, in my opinion. Varane is serious. I think, listen, isn't this combination, if we was to ever do this thing, VVD, Gomez, Konate, and Varane.
Oh, and
Nat Phillips, sorry.
There we go.
Now Dini Phillips. Bro, you see how... Listen, Drift, sorry, just quickly. You see how we talk about like the highline and all that, bro? Man could play in their penalty area, like in their area, innit? Man could play in their area and just say, "Yo, big man, if the ball goes over the top, just go run back and get it." Varane, Gomez, VVD, and Nat Phillips will just take out anyone's Clark before anyone gets the ball anyway. So it doesn't really matter about Nat, bro. I'm telling you, we'll play the highest of the high grade line that you could get.
I know people are making a good point though, Matt. Varane's quite suspect injury wise himself, you know.
Listen, don't worry about Varane. He's good, bro.
Although what I would say is, if we were to get both of them, I would feel very comfortable about the season not having a repeat of what happened. I would. And there's almost a part of me that would actually sacrifice a killer striker and just wait for that man them to get back in form. Whoa. If it meant we got two centre backs of that quality. No, honestly, I would.
No, we'll get back to that.
If they said you can have Varane and Konate, but we're going to sacrifice a striker and you got to have Jota again through the middle, I would take that after how bad the defensive injuries got this season. I would.
Fair enough. A couple more super chats. Mr. Hesmire Buttle says Ox, Keita, Jota, Thiago, Hendo, VVD, Joe Gomez, and Milner all out for 3 months or more. They have been. 1975 Jamrock says having 3 centre backs coming back from serious injuries is mad. Facts.
Man.
Says, evening, gentlemen. Are you talking as all 4 centre backs are going to play every game? They will be rotated. I think that will have to happen.
They will be because they come up from injury. Yeah.
Bogdan says, "P.S. Bobby was brilliant yesterday." I don't think he was brilliant. I thought he was just good.
He was
Who
good.
was brilliant?
He was
Sorry,
good.
Bobby.
He was good.
I thought
he was good. He was good. He wasn't brilliant, but he was good. He was good.
Yeah, I agree. With
I
that.
just saw a name in the chat.
Yeah, depression's oozing. The thing is, I'm not going to go after it because I actually feel sorry for Tottenham fans at the moment. I really do. Reese says Matt was the other way around until the injury. Upamecano wasn't the one seen as the next best in the world. It was Konate. Yeah, that is true.
That was promised though. That was more.
He was touted as being the better out of the two.
Yeah,
I still think he is.
I see it again.
Upamecano still had a very high thingy though.
Everyone said that Konate was the better one.
Yeah, but again though, they believed that, but the proof was in the pudding. At the time, they were just saying, you know, we've seen what this guy can do for youth system and play games and whatever, and they think, man, we can.
So who would you guys want out of the two if neither were injury prone and both are available?
Konate.
You got Konate,
Konate.
Pure injuries, man.
Do you know what?
No, I'm saying if you could bless both of them with being injury free, which one would you rather have?
Yeah.
Konate is the better defender.
Better
better defender. But if Upamecano though, you can't. Again, you've only seen no one can really sit here and say they've seen Konate play like a mad stretch of games. So
no, that's true.
Yeah, Upamecano, you kind of go by what you see. So even though I do feel like Konate is better from what I've seen, Upamecano at least has put, as you said, Jeff, reliability is key in it. And when you're reliable, even though you may not be as great as the other defender, you're still reliable though. So that counts for something. But I still think Konate is better though.
Kian says no fixture pile up on each of the next next season, which means less games per week and players get more rest. Very true. I think that will help our squad. Mr. Hesmire Buttle says it's been reported that Liverpool made £206 million from finishing third in the league plus the Champions League money. I don't think it was that much. I'm almost certain it wasn't 200. I've been reading that was about 94 million.
No, they're adding something else. No, they're adding something else to that. You know, they're missing something because it's about.
I think I remember hearing that the TV rights money went up, but I don't know if it went up to that much.
They're missing a third thing. So it's 90. No, what was it? 50 something for Champions League, 30 something for Prem. Where they got the other 100 from is something else. I saw something like that as well.
The actual TV money you make from your game being televised, isn't it?
Plus TV rights, apparently.
So
What I
you
will
get a
say-
certain amount of money for how many times you're on TV, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you get the money for your position in the league, and then you get the
Champions
Champions
this
League
real?
entry money or whatever.
About Ali.
So we're gonna get to that. So, all right, what I want to do is manage expectations, because even though we may have made 206 million, that money's not just going to be going back into the club.
Yeah, I know.
the
People
transfer.
kind of think like, right, man made 200
That's to
mil.
cover.
So,
That's to cover
yeah.
a plethora of things. That's to cover overheads and all that things. And I know I don't like talk about business on there, but
We got bills
it's
to
part
pay.
and parcel. Yeah, we got yeah.
And as
yeah.
Drift said, back pay. Certain man of old money. I'm alive, Drift. Back pay,
No,
innit?
it's
As
true.
you would say. Yeah, back pay, bro.
They're gonna
1975
be
camera.
waiting on that, bro. Man's gonna have to roll up like Big Worm, bro, to get that back.
Big worm. I mean, big perm.
1975
The
Jammer
Prince of
says,
Baladies.
Innit?
VVD played every single game for LFC 2 years ago, 55 games as a record for LFC. Also, Klopp said he keeps a smaller squad to keep players motivated. Klopp says a lot of things, though. So I think Klopp maybe said that because he knew his circumstance and situation at the time, as opposed to
100%.
what he wanted. But that's just my opinion.
And
That's just my
you know,
humble opinion.
and you know what you got to respect about Klopp? Sorry, Cal. Klopp ain't a snitch, you know. So you see, like, you have to respect, man. He ain't no snitch, because he could easily just go out there and just be like, right, I want Mbappe, I want Sancho, I want this player. These man, they're tight. They won't give it to me. What do you want me to do, guys? Shall I beef them? He don't do that. He's just like, he'll just say this, yeah, tongue in cheek, like, you know, we've got good owners, in it. Like, obviously they do the best that they can, but you know, we're not run like that. We work a certain way, and he'll make the best out of it that he can, innit? Klopp ain't a snitch, man. Respect that, innit? Our manager ain't no snitch. Unlike Jose Mourinho. Oh my goodness. Man's all
But
airing
you
things
know
in
there's a
public,
difference between being a snitch and kind of just not wanting to stand by and watch things happen. Like, let's be honest, if you knew your dad was cheating on your mum, it's not that you're gonna snitch, but that shit's gotta stop.
But that's such left.
That no, but that shit's gotta stop.
Yeah.
No, but man,
So it's
said
not about
what,
snitching, bro. If you get the situation, like, I don't know, like, you know what you do, like, you know, actually, certain man will probably just be like, Mum, that's cheating. Fuck it. But like, there might be certain man that like, I don't want my home to break up. Pops, I know what you're doing. You better sort your shit out. And then bare subliminals in front of mum, like, yeah, you hear about Mr. and Mrs. Johnson down the road. Yeah, Mr. Johnson got caught cheating. You know, bare subliminals, like, just letting man know, you better stop this shit.
Because what I was gonna say is this, yeah, like, say at work, your manager says, like, I don't know, like, why didn't you do this, like, and you know, a next man was supposed to do it, like the man that was before your shift, yeah, he said to you, right, man didn't do it. Klopp's type of guy that was just like, when a manager asks him or whatever, that's FSG or media will ask him, like, why didn't you do that? Klopp will just go, but you know, I can do what I can do in it. Like, just you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't know, like, you'd have to just look more into it. But I done what I did. He ain't a snitch, bro. He ain't even gonna say to you, like, raw, yeah, next man. Yeah, he's not that guy, bro. You have to respect the thing, man.
House of Hoff says, where we getting the Kopish merch from? If you click the link in the YouTube description, you will see it there. You'll be able to click there. You'll be able to see everything we're selling at the moment, and feel free to purchase some stuff. Star Dazing says, a clear out is necessary to refresh the squad, I believe. Shaq, Ox, Matip, Keita, Minamino, which 4 players you think need to leave? So we just do a really quick answer with these ones, guys. So Shaq, Ox, Matip, Keita, Minamino, which 4 do you think need to leave out of that group?
What's that?
If you just had to pick 4, though. If you had to pick 4 out of Shaq, Ox, Matip, Keita, and Minamino. In fact, I'll switch it. Which one of those stays? There's 5 names there. Which one stays?
Ox is the one I'd keep out of all of those the most.
Would you? I don't even know. I'll make it easy though. I would sell Minamino. I'd sell Naby. I'd sell Ox. And I'd sell Matip.
You made it harder.
And I'd sell Matip.
So
you made it harder.
I don't know. I just thought I'd say like that, innit? Put a little spin on it.
The way you said it made it more personal. Like you get out of it.
Yeah,
You get out of it.
you know what it is. I just like Ox, Naby, Minamino, and Matip. I mean, you could
The only
say
one I'd keep out of that is Matip personally.
like no, but Matip can't stay fit, bro.
I know he
Matip
can't. I know he
Can't
can't.
stay fit.
No, but the reason why I'd keep Matip over the others is because Matip's not a player that needs to play to get rhythm. Matip can play once every
Wait,
4
what's
games.
rhythm when you can't stay fit?
Matt, I'm not saying it is,
It's
but I'm
true,
saying
bro.
out of the 4, no, but I'm saying if
Sorry,
I'm answering the
my phone
question,
there.
out
Man
of the
slapped
5,
this camera in anger.
Yeah, bro.
No,
Man,
I'm saying
I hit the wire. Look, you see the wire there, Carl? Man just went right with it. I said, douche. So
I'm just saying out of
Carl?
the 5 players that were named, if I had to keep one, I'd keep Matip because Matip's the only one who doesn't need rhythm to have a good game.
All right, do you want to know the only one I've got faith that can get over the injury problems? Is actually Cater.
Oh,
He's the only one that I actually have faith could get over the injuries. I think the others have proved
Minamino's
that
never been
injuries
injury
is their thing.
yeah, but he just needs to be sold.
Yeah, Minamino's not been an injury.
It's not about injuries.
Oh no, Minamino's about him fitting in. That's not about anything. Minamino's never gonna fit in. He's not gonna. It's horrible, but he's never gonna fit in. His style of play doesn't work.
Yeah, we're chasing Man City. Like, on all due respect, Minamino couldn't even like be a mainstay for Southampton, bro.
I hear you.
Do you know, like?
I hear you.
But you know what's weird though? I feel like with less playing time, Ox will still have the bigger impact of all of those guys. For some reason, he's still capable of having the odd moment that the others don't seem to be able to. I mean, I give Shaqiri a bit of credit. Beginning of the season, he come up with a couple of good assists. But I feel like overall, Ox is probably the one who, regardless of how little game time, there'll always still be a moment of magic that he'll give you that others don't. Matip's definitely the one that deserves to stay the most.
Matip out of all of them is the one.
I agree with that. Yeah, Matip is the one who's done more for the team than the others. I agree with that. He deserves to stay more. Yeah,
Matip's body of work is high, so I agree with where Carl's standpoint is. It's just bro, Matip can't even stay fit, like more so than Shaqiri.
No, I'd get rid of.
I don't know.
I'd
all of them are injury prone other than Minamino. Literally all of them. However you want to see it, whether you think this guy does 15 games a season, 11, 12, they're all injury prone other than Minamino. Like, they all are, and it just depends where Jurgen Klopp feels like, can I get a...
Let's not dwell on this. Let's not dwell on it, though. Let's not dwell on it.
How's the saying go? Your body's a temple, right? Yeah. And if you keep getting injuries, then there's clearly something you're not doing that's keeping your body a temple. And you may think you're even doing the right thing because you're doing... Have you ever heard the saying, you can be too healthy? You know, sometimes they might be trying to get themselves fit by an amazing diet or whatever. But sometimes you can actually be too healthy that now your body can't cope with bacteria and bad stuff or whatever because you made yourself too healthy, and those things work to help you as well. So if he's eating the greatest food on the planet or whatever, maybe he needs a bit of junk food. Like, it's got to be a dietary, there's got to be a lifestyle thing here with Cater as well. Why he's so young and gets injured all the time.
Could just be unlucky.
I don't know, brother. It feels to me like there's got to be something. Because he was never injured before he came to Liverpool, there's got to be something about what he started to do when he got to England. I don't know. It's hard to work out, man. But it's
just one of them things, man.
It's weird,
circumstances.
Bro. We'll never know the answer.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to the next topic then, guys. Gini Wijnaldum obviously said his goodbyes yesterday. I know you guys touched on it on the stream yesterday, but we're going to go into a little bit more detail, especially after Gini Wijnaldum's post on social media where he's almost saying there's more to the story, and it doesn't seem like there's an issue with Klopp because obviously the two have spoken really highly of each other since the news came out that he's definitely leaving. That only leads me to believe that it's down to one other element, and that is the owners and the amount or the length of contract that Gini Wijnaldum, they couldn't come to an agreement. Now, obviously, Depay is another player who we've been linked with. I know he's been linked with Barcelona as well, but I wonder if there's something in that as to, because Gini's moving on, whether that could have potentially affected us being in for Depay, considering they're such close friends as well. Do we think FSG have set a bad precedent here with Gini Wijnaldum, or is it a case of sometimes, as much as we love something, you've got to move on from it to accomplish the next thing or evolve? So, Matt, I'll come to you first.
For me, I thought about it long and hard. I said, am I getting too emotional? Am I too attached to the player? Am I overthinking it? Is it, as you said, is it time for a player to move on where you may feel that they can offer something, but there are other players out there that can do better? I thought about it long and hard. My answer hasn't changed. For me, FSG dropped the ball. They, no pun intended, they really did. Gini Wijnaldum, I'll say it one more time, I said it yesterday. Bruv, have you ever seen a player over the time span of what is it? He came in 2016. So 5 years. He's been here for 5 years. Maybe even 6 years now. Give so much to it. Is it 5, yeah? Okay. Giving so much to a team, body, everything. Yeah? Man's done it all. Helped us win the Champions League, help us win the Premier League, help us win the Super Cup, help us win the Club World Cup Championship, yeah? I'm sorry, like, if you think Gini Wijnaldum doesn't deserve to be in Liverpool, then I don't know if you watch football properly. Because what he's asked to do, not many people can do it in our setup anyway. It's very, very demanding, isn't it? And it's a thing where, out of all the players that we have, who's reliable? Gini Wijnaldum. So when Henderson gets injured, yeah, who steps in? Gini Wijnaldum. When Naby Keita gets injured, who steps in? Gini Wijnaldum. When Ox gets injured, who steps in? Gini Wijnaldum. When Milner does get injured as well, who steps in? Gini Wijnaldum. He's always there. He's been overused. These other players that we want to keep, or looks like we could potentially keep in, they should have been gone way before Gini Wijnaldum. And it's a crime. Like, bro, he's 30 years old. He's not 40. I'm sick and tired of hearing like, oh, if a man's 30, he's over the hill, or he's 30, he's on a decline. When you're 30, you can sometimes play some of the best football of your life. Liverpool signed Thiago at 29 and offered him a 4-year deal. And I get it. Thiago's a better footballer, like more gifted. But if we're talking about what you offer to a team, what, you're telling me Gini Wijnaldum can't say nothing at all? Like, he just can't speak to Thiago. It's very different. They're different players. But in terms of what they do and what they offer, they're both very like key cogs in how we play and how we would like to play. It just doesn't make sense to me that Gini Wijnaldum's staying and you've got man like Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Dare I say it? People might not want to hear it, but I'm telling you facts. James Milner, that are still here. Like, let's be real, people. James Milner's 34, 35 years old. Gini Wijnaldum's 30. What? And you're telling me what? James Milner's more important to Liverpool? From a footballing perspective, I don't think so. James Milner's classy. He's a legend and whatnot. But we can't be like, Liverpool just got it all wrong. So let me rephrase it. FSG have got it all wrong, in my opinion. You're letting a man walk away, and that's the reason why people at Barcelona, PSG are all looking at man thinking, raw, what, Gini Wijnaldum? Free agent? Yeah, we'll take some of that. That's crazy. That doesn't come along long. Like, so, I don't know, man. For me, it don't make no sense. For me, I think we made a mistake, and we're going to regret it. Because you see, next season, if these same players that are still here, we don't sell them, just watch when people are saying, you see them people now that are saying, Gini Wijnaldum, it's time for him to go. When them man are injured, and we have to bring in man from the youth system, and you're seeing man like James Milner come up against Man City, then come talk to me, innit? Come talk to me then. When you might want to start talking about Gini Wijnaldum, he doesn't do enough, or he's oversaid his welcome. Come talk to me when these players that you're talking about can't even stay fit, and Gini Wijnaldum would have been the guy that played. But man had to play number 6, yeah, when Henderson was out, before Fabinho come in. Man had to play number 8 as well, his natural position. Bruv, he played in a back 3 in one game. Bruv, he played a false 9 at Barcelona. And man want to talk about versatility and what he can bring to the team. I'll leave it there still. I'll leave it there, man.
Drift?
Yeah, Matt was just licking off bare facts there, boy. First of all, you know that saying, if you love something, let it go. I've always thought that was the biggest crock of shit. But anyway, I was watching that.
I'm kind of with you. I've never understood that.
I've never understood that, to be honest.
All right, guys.
All right. Jurgen Klopp yesterday, he actually said himself, and this is how I know that I've been right all along, and I don't like doing that, I told you so, but sometimes when people are really grilling Gini, I feel pleasure in saying I told you so. During one of his press conferences yesterday, Klopp said, just because Gini Wijnaldum doesn't have a highlight reel, people underestimate just what this guy brings to the team. And that lets me know, factually, Klopp has a role for him and he just does what Klopp tells him to do. You know, when everyone knows you'd be like, he ain't got no assists, he ain't got no goals, he ain't got this, he ain't doing that, he ain't passing forward, rare. If Klopp himself, during his actual interview about Gini, says, just because he don't have a highlight reel, yeah, that means that he himself has told Gini to do what Gini's doing. And Klopp was even like, you guys have to remember, this guy was a left forward for Newcastle, and I brought him to Liverpool, and he became one of the best central midfielders in the league. So Klopp's just, he's telling us all the things that we've already known, but he's just confirming it to us. So like Matt said, with his versatility. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I've read from one or two sources that aren't unreliable, should I say. I'm not saying they're fully creditable, but they're not unreliable. That are saying the sticking point with Gini was the length of the contract. Now, he wanted a £5 million per annum 4-year deal because he wanted the security up to 34, which we all know is probably where you have to start thinking about retirement as a footballer. You can go on, but that's the age where you start figuring out what's going on. I totally get where he's coming from. It's called job security. It's what everybody wants in life. Gini himself, in a quote, said, I hoped to be here for many more years, if not retire here. Yeah. So Gini had no intention of leaving Liverpool whatsoever. Yeah. We worked it out on the phone today, guys. £5 million per annum is £96,000 a week. He's on 75 now. That means all he wanted was job security for 4 years on less money than Naby Keita, Shaq, and Oxmate. He is a mainstay in our team, and he still weren't asking for as much money as them. He just wanted the longevity of the contract to mean that he knew he didn't have to worry about signing another contract, and he could end up being at Liverpool for the rest of his career. This man has said that the fans need to know the truth. Klopp said, we tried everything in our power to keep Gini. It feels like there's only a middleman here, because it ain't Gini that wants to go, and it ain't Klopp that wants him to go. If you hear Klopp say things like, if anybody wants a recommendation,
cut off the stream, they out on us, LeBron, cut it off.
Call me, yeah? Because he said, I will give that man the biggest recommendation ever. He said, I'm not just losing a fantastic player, I'm losing a fantastic friend. Klopp is pissed, you lot. And you see, these are the type of things that force your manager to start questioning the job that he's in himself, when the owners don't give him the tools to do what he wants to do. We know there are certain men in this world, without being disrespectful, if you get like a Lampard or you get an Arteta or you get one of those type of managers, I can get the board not fully giving them manpower because you're learning your trade, we're trying a thing, and I'm not going to put everything in your hands because I know that you might make mistakes. You're young at this. You're wet round the ears. If you've got a Pep or a Ferguson or a Klopp or an Ancelotti, whatever the man says, you do it. Like, you don't question them, man. Are you crazy? What are you doing now? Why do you think they are who they are and they've done what they've done? Because they know what they're doing. You do what they ask you to do for them to be able to deliver the job that you've hired them to do. And if Klopp told them, man, I want Gini here, you make sure that Gini is here. I don't even care if Gini wanted 150. The man was only on 70 grand for 5 years. Back paying a ass. I told you a lot about this already.
It is.
Back pay, you're like, listen, the fact that Gini's going has just got me so rattled. And I don't care. I don't get rattled very easily, but this has rattled me. And I am emotional over this because he's one of my favorite players. So I'm going to be a little bit more vexed than some other people are. But as the boys have even shown me, I'm not being like irrational with my emotion because most people feel the same way. This don't make no sense. It is the stupidest thing we've done probably since Owen left with only 1 year left in his deal. I'm trying to think the last time a player of this high profile that gave this much to the club left for free. I know it was McManaman before Owen. Like, I know Emre Can left and a few others, but they weren't on this level. They weren't this much. Like, his legs are the foundation of what we've done. Like, if you go back to the beginning of Klopp's reign, yeah, we brought in Mane and we brought in Gini, and they built the foundation for what we've become. Yeah, there were other people that played their part, obviously, like Henderson and of course and Firmino. There's other bad boys that. But when you actually think about the beginning, the people who were like, right, I'm gonna believe in this project that Klopp has, and I see where it's going, and I'm gonna let this man take me on this journey because I believe in him. It was Gini and it was Mane, and they were the ones who got us qualification for the Champions League. They carried the team with Coutinho through that barren season when Klopp first full season, and from there on, the rest is history. Yeah, and we are gonna let this man walk away, disrespecting him. He don't want to go. The manager don't want him to go, and it's all about money again. I'm sorry, I am sick to death of having owners where every fucked up thing that happens to this club is based on their fucking greed. I am sick to death. I would love there to be a time when we can point the finger at somebody else. But every fucking time something goes wrong at this club, the fingers have to be pointed at FSG. What are they playing at? What are they playing at? Like, I can't get my head around, and don't even get me started on the other rumor because I don't even want to even give that any fucking
no. We're gonna get onto that later. So mention
but I don't even want to give that any energy. I really don't. But then here's the wickedest thing to just finish off my rant, because I could go on all night, but I'm not going to. We are giving a contract extension, and no disrespect, brother. Please, no disrespect. This is just about your ability in my team. I don't mean to call you out or be bad, man. But we are giving a fucking contract extension to Adrian. I am living in a world where Adrian is being offered a new fucking contract and Gini Wijnaldum is walking out the door for free. Am I being punked? Is this the Truman Show? Where's the cameras? What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Like, fucking hell. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started.
There's not much more I can really add on to what Matt and Drifter both said. What I will say is, so obviously there's conflicting rumors. Some are saying that he wanted a high amount or higher than some other people. Others are saying it was the contract length, but the actual demands weren't as high as just the contract length. My frustration with all of this is we've lost a player, and we obviously have a sell to buy model. It's no secret. If we're a sell to buy club, you're not meant to be losing assets for cheap. You're meant to be trying to get as much from your assets as possible, and we haven't done that here. We've done the exact opposite. We're selling a player who I consider to be, some will argue, I consider to be on the cusp of being world class, and we're losing him for free. And even if you don't think he's world class, in today's age, you can get 30 mil for Gini if you sell him.
Easy.
And we could have done that last summer. And again, I'm not sitting there saying I wanted Gini gone last summer. I came out, we all did, and we're like, man, we don't want Gini to be sold. But if the alternative is to sell, if to let him go on a free, but you know your owners aren't your Man City owners, aren't your Man United owners, aren't your Chelsea owners, your Real Madrid owners, your Barcelona owners, who, if you sell a player for free, you'll spend big money to replace them or spend the money necessary to replace. That's my issue with this situation. Plus the fact that it's just dragged on for this amount of time. It's annoying. It's frustrating. I'd be very interested to hear Gini's account of it. I don't know if he'll ever release the true story or whatever. I'd love to hear what it is. I think it'd be very interesting to know what it is. Whether we ever get to hear it or not is another thing. I think the owners shoulder a lot of the blame. And I know some people say, well, you know, Gini's agent should have come and demanded a new contract after the Champions League. But at the same time, shouldn't have to demand it. If you're good enough, you should just be given it. And we can't hold footballers and say that they're being greedy when the agent says they want a new contract for their client. And then we can't then turn around and say the agent's stupid for not asking for a new contract on behalf of their client. You're in a lose-lose situation if that's the case. in an ideal world, if someone's doing a good job, they get the rewards from being good at their job. And I don't think that's happened this time. And I think FSG, they're backing themselves into a corner with this one. And again, with Klopp as well, because now you can't just sit around and say, right, Gini's gone. You've got Curtis Jones, you've got Leighton Clarkson and a couple man coming through the academy, in my opinion. That ain't going to do it, because the rest of our midfielders, as good as some of them are, you take away Thiago and I'd say Fabinho and Henderson, Ox and Kaya haven't proved their worth over a long enough period. Curtis Jones is still very, very new to this. Henderson picks up injuries, as great as he is, as much as we love Henderson, he picks up injuries. Fabinho, depending on the centre-back situation, how we come out of the summer, could be an emergency centre-back and have to play there. You cannot tell me that Gini being so available is not a weapon, and a player who can play in all three of the midfield positions. He can play 6 well, he can play 8 well, and he can play the 10 well. And he will always give his all for the team. I'm not going to sit here and say Gini's had a fantastic season. He's had a good season. He hasn't been fantastic. But no one can ever tell me Gini hides in a game. You may say about his quality, you may say he's sideways and backwards passing. And yes, it's true. Very frustrating sometimes, given we know how talented he is. But let's not forget about the games where he has great games. Let's not forget about performances where he drags us over the line, where he's won us games with goals or performances. So for me, FSG have done this. They are now in a position where they really have to deliver a top player to replace Gini. And it's a case of maybe not even one player, because in my opinion, you still got to get rid of Ox and Naby. You're now in a position where you probably need 2 centre midfielders. Do we have the money for 2 top quality centre midfielders? Because I don't want to be hearing about we get 1 good centre midfielder and 1 up and coming. It's got to be 2 top quality centre midfielders who are ready to deputise or play now, whether that be Basuma and someone else, or, I mean, we've been linked with Tielemans. Obviously, I'd be delighted if we got Tielemans, but I don't think we'd be the only club in for him if he were to be put on the market. Tielemans and Basuma will
That's costing you a buck.
No. Well, it depends how much Tielemans is going for. We know Basuma is around 30 mil.
So you'd have to pay about 80, I reckon. Leicester ain't letting Tielemans go for less than 50 mil. Not a chance.
That's the issue. Where are we getting 80 mil from?
Where are we getting 80
when
mil
Gini
from?
goes on a free. Let me ask you like this though. Cal, who would be your perfect replacement for Gini Wijnaldum? Like who would you pick? Like if you could have any midfielder in world football, who would you go for?
So here's the thing, Matt. When people say replacement for, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not trying to scoot around it. When people say replacement for a player, I think everyone automatically thinks it's got to be a like for like replacement.
For like, yeah.
If Gini's going, which is obviously what's happening, I think we need to get a different type of player to Gini, because if we're going to go to the 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, you need to have midfielders who are dynamic, but we do need some creativity from the centre of the park. And I know we've got Thiago, who's helped a lot with that. If Bobby plays 10, that will help as well. If you're playing that double pivot, you've got Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago. I would personally go for a Tielemans over a Basuma if I had the choice.
Well, that's your ideal side. I'm talking about like
anyone in world football.
Anybody. I'm just saying.
What? No price.
No price. Just want to know where. Like,
let's not play that game.
No. It's easy. That's easy though. Like you just pick your player who you just want to pick. It's not.
Jeez, that's
just
a
quickly.
tough one, Matt. Oh,
just quickly. It's not a long thing.
All right. If I had to pick, you guys are gonna laugh and think I'm stupid, but Kimmich.
Why would I laugh at Joshua Kimmich?
No, some people would like.
I mean, I laugh at the fact it's not real, but I don't laugh at you wanting the player.
No, because I think if we're talking real, that's kind of easy of the players that we've been linked with, and you can kind of see if you read between the lines, the players that
everyone knows
go for.
My feelings towards Kimmich. Like,
who would you go for, Drift?
If you're, I'll go for Kimmich if you're trying to find someone who's very similar to Gini and will be able to do the type of stuff that we ask of Gini. Then I would pick Kimmich as well. If you're just talking about the fact that he's a midfielder and it doesn't matter where he plays, he's just a midfielder, then I'll be stupid if we're playing that game. Like, I want De Bruyne, I want Neymar.
No, but
I want
Neymar
those
really
man there,
cheated.
bro.
For me, if I could pick any midfielder right now, I'm going Verratti. You know, I love Verratti. You might know I love Verratti.
Yeah, I know you're right.
And do you want to know what? You know what done it for me? When I saw PSG play Man City, and I just saw, especially the first, I just saw Verratti do some horrible stuff. Horrible. You see, when I talk about, I'll tell you something from now. If Man City was to ever get Verratti, oh my good, listen, I hope that day never happens. I really do. You see, they love their possession football. But anyway, we move.
Yeah,
Only thing about Verratti is his temperament. I would be a little bit worried about his work rate in terms of like Klopp needs hard workers. Yeah. I don't know if I'll say Verratti is what you would consider one of those. I'm gonna be an 8 out of 10 every game, hard work, consistent midfielder.
Bro,
I don't know if I would say Verratti's one of those, to be honest.
Verratti works hard.
Verratti works like a machine. But Verratti's a machine.
Verratti works hard, bro.
I don't know, man.
He's a machine. But again,
his consistency levels are a little suspect. But yeah,
that's an argument to be had. But his work rate, I don't think, could be argued.
I'm not talking about during a one-off game. I'm talking about like week after week of having that guy.
Work rate.
We're talking about Verratti under Jurgen Klopp. You're telling me, and even when Verratti's been at PSG, yeah, bro, Verratti's different. You know, I'm just letting you. Verratti's different.
I like
in my
him.
opinion,
I wouldn't have a problem, but I don't know.
In my opinion, Verratti's different.
I see him go missing for PSG, and that league's a lot easier for them. So I'm just saying,
Verratti's different, man. Verratti's different. He never goes missing.
Gonna read out some super chats before we go to the next topic.
Yeah.
John Conway, good evening, guys. I've been a channel member for 8 months. Oh, John, bro, big up on that, man. Didn't even realize we'd had the member stuff for so long. That's crazy.
Big up, man. That's
I remember when we were putting that together. That's mad.
I shout the new member stuff coming on Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah, indeed. Dinesh says Champions League pot 2 is interesting. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, Juventus, maybe United and Chelsea. I'm just happy we're in the pot.
That's actually quite strange. Because that means that pot 1's got a lot of people that wouldn't normally be in it. So some groups might be easier or harder than they normally would be there.
Dinesh says Grizz yesterday on the LFC Day Trippers, big up LFC Day Trippers, said Liverpool want Mbappe and have got the money to buy him. Liverpool will try and buy him. This is not on Grizz, by the way. When I say this, I'll believe that when I see it. We've always got money to do whatever we're going to do, and we never seem to do it. So
I can tell you now,
I believe
categorically, FSG ain't buying Mbappe for us. Let's not fool ourselves or even get caught in that web. Come on, let's not be stupid. We just saw our cousin get eaten by a spider by getting stuck in a web. Let's not go and get caught in the next one. Come on, man.
Gary 23. Realistically, guys, who do you think we're going to get? Them FSC bros owe us fans a big signing after the poor January signings. All right, really quick, guys, so we don't spend long on this. Who do you think will sign this summer, or what positions do you think will fill this summer?
Centre back, centre mid, attacker, three players. That's all I think.
I think Konate will be the biggest signing we make, as in the nature of the player.
3 players.
I'd probably say we'll buy a central midfielder, a right back, and a centre back.
I think we'll go for a goalkeeper to replace Adrian.
He's staying, bro. Yeah.
No, not in my mind. He's not. A centre back, a centre midfielder, and a versatile forward.
So so I'm going. Yeah. I'm going Konate, Basuma, and an attacker. I don't know who the attacker is. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know yet, but yeah.
Musa says with the Euros this year, World Cup midway through next year, and the AFCON, should we not be looking to rejuvenate the squad and bring in extra bodies after 2021? Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a stupid question. I hope it's not. How is it going to run? Is the Premier League and all the all those competitions are going to be put on pause while the World Cup and AFCON's going on? Like, what is going on?
I don't know.
When the World Cup
know.
happens, everything will be paused. I'm guessing that means that this might be the only time that AFCON won't get in the way. But normally,
how is it going to work?
They said that they're going to reconvene on January the 31st and it will finish in August or July or something instead of May or June. That basically,
no, I'm talking about the AFCON. Where's the AFCON going to be played?
Oh, the AFCON will happen at the same time. So I'm guessing this will be the only. This will be the only time.
Hold on, but what about African teams in the World Cup?
Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. That doesn't make sense.
No, sorry, you say, Cal, you confused me a little bit. What it is the World Cup will happen at the end of the year. So we'll have a normal summer rather than that's where the tournament is. Then the league will start. So we'll be in another season. So the World Cup won't affect the season that's coming up. It will affect the other season, even though it's technically in that year, if that makes sense. Because it's December, innit, when the tournament's going to happen. So... effectively, what that means is that
December 2022 though.
It will. I think. I don't know if it goes into January, which will mean that it's effectively in 23, but it starts in 22. But it's during the winter of that thing, and yeah, apparently they will stop every domestic league will stop, and the World Cup will happen, and then they'll reconvene afterwards. So what that will mean? Yeah, you're right. So the AFCON is in like a couple of months' time, is in that January, and then the World Cup is a year on from the AFCON, innit? Or like 11 months on from AFCON or whatever you want to. So yeah, AFCON will be a separate tournament. So yeah, no rest for our African players again.
Cool. M to the O. To be clear, I wanted Gini to stay as a player and as a man, but remember, speculation was that he wanted top tier money, one of our best earners. That's what we were saying. We're hearing conflicting stories. That's why we kind of want Gini to come out and just say it, but whether he does or not, it remains to be seen.
You got to remember, that is a very great narrative for anyone who wants to make Gini look like the bad guy, to just feed out. He wanted too much money. Listen,
but
for FSG,
to look at the other way as well, Drew. To look at the other way, it's also a great narrative if Gini was saying that, to blame it on the owners. And I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm saying until we know the truth.
That's a good point. That's a good point still, yeah.
Zabiri says, shout out for Matt.
Who do you trust?
No relation. Shout out Matt for looking out when I came into the chat. Thank you. Shout out to Matt looking out when I came into the chat sideways to Zane. Man was buzzing from the win, and Dragon Stout Fire. Bless up Cow and Drift. Bless up to yourself as always, Zabiri. Sean says,
and obviously bless up for even realizing that, like, you know what I mean, that Matt was just being respectful, and obviously not.
Obviously you have to do. You know what I'm saying? We have to just respect everyone. But I hear where you're coming from. When I look back at it, I thought, it wasn't that deep, but I just thought you just say it's like a bit different, innit? Just a bit different, but.
I missed that bit, but I won't bring it back up.
No, it's a minor.
Sean says, lads, being on your store, nothing for us fatties. I'm sure I'm a very curvy XXL. Looks like someone painted on me. It's fatism. You'll never walk alone. We've got all sizes, bro. We go right up to 5XL.
I'm sure we go up to double XL, don't we?
Yeah, we
and
do.
don't call yourself fat, bro. That's not
what we do all sizes. We made sure we've covered all sizes.
Yeah, man.
Men's and women's.
Do we definitely do double X? We do, don't we?
Yeah,
we got to 5XL.
5XL, bro.
Yeah. We do. Yeah. I thought I was losing my mind.
But obviously, it depends on the fit. So maybe just double check as well on the fit, because obviously, do
you know what? I would say get the regular fit. Get the regular fit rather than the slim fit if you want the more loosely fit. Top.
Yeah, it's up to 5XL, but 100%.
Mr. Here's My Battle says Shaq 15 mil, Origi 15, Ojo 5, Silver 35, Ox 12, Naby 25, DePaul 40, Matip 10, Awanini 8, Kabak 18, Wilson 15, Gruich 12, Kamara 25, Minamino 12, Sepp 2, Konate 34. I'll be honest, bro. I can't do the maths on that. Yeah,
but basically, why he's a G is he's actually put the player at the end that will be covered by the sales of the players that he said.
Mr. Here's My Bottle. You have.
So he's
Listen,
giving you the
listen.
players you're selling to buy that
You know
player, and
what?
he's literally made the whole
It
list.
sounds
Here's
good.
my rebuttal.
Nah, it
Shout
does.
Shout
But
out.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but football
No, but
ain't like
everything
that.
you said there was realistic as
No,
well. That
what he
wasn't
said was
even
realistic.
that wasn't
but
even out there. Do you know what I'm saying?
But we know, like, I'm gonna be real.
We'll see. We'll see
The
what happens
most
in the
you'll
summer.
see in a season is like 4 signings, like 5 max, like a Chelsea or whatever.
We'll see.
Like,
We'll
you know
see.
what?
We'll
Liverpool do more like business like that.
We'll
Even if
see.
it makes sense, as you said, bro. And we ain't doing that.
Promo. There is a link in the description to the merch store, bro.
Yeah.
If you go, there is, right? I'm sure there.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Yeah, there is.
There should be anyway.
And
I'll
guys,
double-check.
from next month we'll have a website coming as well, which will make it a lot easier for you guys to get to the merch store as well. So,
Let me.
in fact, just drop a link in the chat to the store now.
I'm going to. I'll do that in a sec. Zubiri says, "Don't judge me because I'm getting some right now. I'm celebrating Mane all summer. What Kate are saying to Ox right now, Matt." We'll move on from that, Max. We'll move on from that. Kadir says,
Hold on, you call me Max?
Matt. Did I call you Max?
I thought you said Max.
Oh, did
Well,
I?
that pain.
I don't know. I see where you're going with that one, Biff. I see where you're going.
Hey, Max Payne is a gangster, bro. What are you saying?
Sick. Max Payne's sick. Just quickly to that. What can he really say other than he might be getting sold?
All you can say is, I might not be better than your real life, but I can beat you at FIFA. Take this pad.
Kadir says, has hit me hard, not going to lie. He doesn't want to leave regarding Gini. John says, I've got that one already. Sean says,
like
replace him. It's as simple. It's evolution.
Who's Max? I know who Max is, bro. Man, like Max,
1975 Jamrock says, Matt, do you know he hasn't signed for another club yet? He hasn't, but it's all pretty much going to happen.
But it's widely reported that.
Gini has run his course. When we mention him, we talk about him being available to progress as a team. We need players better, great servant, but time to go. Don't necessarily agree with that promo, but I see where you're coming from with it. I think there's an argument to be had there from that side, even though I don't agree with it. M to the O said, like target, boys. Surprise once achieved. Really and truly, this is like a club, innit? The way I look at it is, when you go to a club, you got to pay an entrance fee. All we're asking for you guys is to just hit a like button. So our target is always to have as many people watch it, like it. But that doesn't happen in reality. So whatever you can do is always appreciated. But we've got over 1,000 people watching us right now.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think we should be on
bro.
at least 1,000 likes. Personally, that would be really nice. By the way,
just a cost of entry, just a like. Guys.
Yeah,
it's got to be the cheapest club you've ever been to, surely.
Exactly. Star Dazin says, guys, real talk. If FSG were really about their model and not skimping, then Naby and Ox should be sold to fund the Gini contract easily. It's another fair assessment. Sam Max Legend says, for me, it's been clear for years FSG cannot afford to run this colossal football club and maintain it at its highest echelons of the game. They need to get out as soon as a better suitor comes along. I agree. Abubakar says, and Adrian in brackets, is unsure about the contract. Yeah, I'm hearing Adrian hasn't decided on whether he's taking the contract or not.
Oh, what? Man's doing a Mustafi, yeah? He's getting a contract he shouldn't be getting, and he's still and ahhing, yeah? Bloody
listen, we might not have offered him a contract that he feels he deserves, isn't it? It's one of them ones, isn't it?
But if he's on 35 grand a week and he's got a Premier League winners medal, man, he's already a winner.
Yeah, we know this, Drift. We know this, but what
can asking a question.
And a Super Cup medal and a World Club Championship medal.
Drift, you're speaking.
He probably feels like he won us a Super Cup, right?
In his mind.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of he played a big part.
No, not kind of. No, he didn't, Drift. He saved one penalty, man. He did win us the Super Cup.
Bro, if you win a penalty shootout, the goalkeeper is a massive reason why you won. I'm not going to be that disingenuous. Come on.
So what? Mane's 2 goals don't mean anything in that game, no?
No, of course they do. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to be disingenuous to Adrian. He saved the penalty, Carl. He did. I'm not going to be that bad, man.
It doesn't mean he won us. He he
Yeah, I'm
helped
not
us
saying
win
he's
it. He did-
instrumental or anything, but I'm just
What
saying,
did I
like,
do there?
effectively, the moment he made that save, we won the cup. So
I was just asking.
I'm
a
not going to
question,
be that
you know?
bad mind to him. That's all I'm saying.
I was just asking a question.
Sean says, "When's the Kopish thong out? I'm sick of boxers." You remember you sick of boxers for a long time, bro. We ain't doing no thong. Definitely ain't modeling no thongs either.
And didn't you mean the drop strap, brother?
bong.
Bong, you know.
Yeah. Man thinks he's
Bloody
Cisco
hell.
out here.
I was just about to say that. That's why, you know.
Nisa says, "Hey boys, hope all is well. Just a question. I know it's out of topic. What's your guys' thoughts on the sport rugby and rugby league? Much love."
Personally, I don't watch
I'll quickly answer that
rugby,
for
innit?
me.
I don't watch it.
I'm not man enough to play rugby. That's my answer.
I don't watch it, so I don't really know.
I don't understand
I don't really know
it
what to
or
say in it. Like, I don't really know what to say about rugby.
I'll tell you, when it comes to watching rugby, I don't like it at all. Like, not in the slightest. But when I was in school, one of our, do you remember triple games? You lot remember triple games?
Yeah.
Where it was the triple period at the end of the day, where you got like 2 hours of PE rather than just.
I remember 100%. Yeah.
Every triple games, they would always ask us on our way to the ground what we want to do for that day, and it would always be football. Always, like, without a doubt, it was a football school. But every now and again, the teacher would be like, "Right, I'm not going to give the choice, guys. We're just going to do something else for a change," and it would be cricket. Or it would be rugby. That'd be the one-off thing that we would do now and again. And as someone that was rapid, I must admit, rugby's quite fun to play. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like watching it, but it's actually quite fun to play still.
As you just said, if you're rapid, if you're just a normal pace and you're built like a twig like me,
and you're just
when man are plowing into
certain
you,
man
bro,
just roughing you up and that. Like,
I hear that, but the man there couldn't really catch me still. So
I've been plowed into by men a lot bigger than me, brother, and that was the last time I played rugby, and I thought I'm never doing this again. I just don't see the point in it in my life. I'm knocking.
And cricket is very fun to play as well, actually.
See, I was never a big.
I didn't mind cricket playing it. I don't like watching it, but I don't mind playing it at the same time.
Yeah, I don't like watching it either, but it's there's a lot of sports like that. I love playing badminton. It's one of my favorite sports. I hate watching it though.
Big.
You like playing badminton?
I don't like watching it though, Calder.
Sick.
Matt, you don't like badminton?
I'm more of a tennis man.
I won the school championships in badminton. Badminton was my shit. I love badminton, man.
I ain't got nothing against it. I just prefer tennis. Like tennis.
Like snooker.
Like tennis,
I love playing snooker. Don't like watching it.
But even my man, like they said, even table tennis. Are you crazy?
Table
tennis, I'm not as good as I want to be. That's
hard.
a sport that frustrates me because I want to be better than I am, and I'm not.
Table tennis, I'm not gonna lie, I give you my nightmares still. I would actually give you some serious
What, table tennis? Is that another challenge? Is that another challenge?
Drift. I'm still waiting for you to sign a contract for the one-on-one basketball team. But you know,
I said a 3-point contest.
I want one-on-one. Show your array of skills, bro.
I'm not a baby. I don't dribble, bro.
See what I'm saying?
Musa says, "I'd get Pope as a backup keeper. We'd never get Pope.
Oh, we'll never get Pope as a backup.
Pope as a backup, you know.
Pope's too good to be a backup as well.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Edward says, "I'll miss Genie, but we need to evolve the midfield. The worst thing we can do is age as a team together. So I'm contrarian to all of this." Fair point. Sean says, "Cal being plowed into by a man clipped up, brother. Oh, I'm used to it. Clip me, you lot do what you're gonna do, innit? I'm used to whatever you lot do now.
Don't encourage it, man. Don't encourage it.
Kadir says, "Hate watching F1, can't afford to participate."
Love F1. I big up. Love F1.
I'm not an F1 fan.
I'll be honest with you now.
Nah.
You lot know I'm a good. You lot know I'm a good driver, yeah, but I don't think I've got the balls for F1. Like that looks like the most scariest thing in the world. No, it looks like the most scariest thing in the world, bro.
You know watching F1?
No.
Do you know when you're an F1 driver, you've got to drive fast into the corners because that's the only way the car gets to the road.
I said you like watching it. I love F1.
Oh, do I like watching it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit of a cheater when it comes to F1. I'll jump in when there's 10 laps to go and enjoy the end.
Don't do that, man. I watched the whole thing from free practice 1, free practice 2, free practice 3.
Nah, I ain't
qualifying.
got the patience for that, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I
Zubiri
watched the whole
says,
F1 thing. Yeah.
just thinking out loud, Drifty, Drifty-ish, Calish, but Mattish sounds funny still. Matt looks like a cricketer still.
I'll take it though. I'll take it. Cricketers are very, very famous.
West Indies bowler, yeah.
Alright, I'll be the next Brian Lara.
Chazzy says, would you take Tillemans at a reasonable price? Definitely.
Yeah. I like.
Do you know what?
I
rate Tillemans, but I do think there's other midfielders out there that I potentially think that might be better suited to us. And I never forget what Chappie said to us about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago now. What's his gas tank, innit?
No, that's changed. That's changed now. It ain't like
no,
that
bro.
I think it's changed as well.
It has. Even Chappie said it's changed. And Chappie watches Leicester more than any other person in this world.
Fair enough. Yeah. Did you not watch the Leicester game versus Spurs?
Yeah. Well,
did you see what Tillemans was doing?
The highlights.
I watched the highlights of it.
Tillemans was blind out of his arse. There was one bit, and again, it was Bale, but we're talking about...
that was the last game of a long season.
Bro, hear me out, bro. Hear what I'm saying. Tillemans, technically gifted, 100%. But if we're talking about in a Klopp system, Tillemans, I'm sorry, as good as he was, or good as he can be for Leicester, I don't think he'd have the same effect at Liverpool. I think the work that we do in our midfield, in our engine room is different. I'm not saying...
Yeah, but what if we're changing the formation to be more possession-based?
Yeah, but that means then we might as well bring any player, because if we're going to change everything, then we might as well bring other players that can come in and play a different way. I'm talking about right...
Tillemans breaks lines with his passing. He shoots on sight when he gets a chance. He's good, man. Tillemans is good.
Tillemans is a good player, bro. But in our engine room, I reckon you, man, might be disappointed when it's all said and done, when we're looking at him going, he ain't got the legs, bro. Tillemans ain't got the legs.
You know what? That's a very good point someone just made. You wouldn't have thought that Gini would have been the engine room from his Newcastle season. You wouldn't have said that he was going to be the fittest, most durable player in our team for 5 years.
Did he play for is it Fun or the PSV? It's PSV, isn't it?
PSV, yeah.
Gini's had the engine from day, so Newcastle just...
I know no one thought of him like Tillemans, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't have thought he had that much of an engine.
That's true.
For 38 games, every single game of the season, he would be there. Like, do you get what I mean?
I like Tillemans, yeah, but I'm just saying though, for us, what we need in our engine room, I don't know if he's the right guy. I think his quality, don't get twisted. I just don't know if he suits what we actually need.
That's fair enough.
Personally, that's just me though.
Dating. Callum, what 3 signings you think we need to win the Prem in 2022?
I big up Star Dazing again in the building.
Centre back, a centre midfielder, and another forward. And I think we can, but obviously depending on injuries and all that, but I think we could win the title back if we got those 3 players.
Matt, the man them in the chat I'm wondering if you'd play for Barbados or Trinidad. But I've already let them know that you're Guyanese, so
it's Guyanese it's Guyana or Jamaica, bro. Like, sorry, but that's
but they're saying you look like a Barbados bowler still.
If I do, then I do. I'll take it. Don't get twisted.
I tell you what, I want to go to Barbados on holiday. That country.
So do I. Are you crazy?
Have you guys never been? Have you never
I've
been?
never been Barbados.
That looks like.
I need to go though. I need to go.
I've been Barbados twice.
I heard you don't walk. I heard you float.
Barbados is beautiful. I love it out there.
Barbados is amazing, bro.
And I've been Trinidad. Trinidad's beautiful. Tobago's on.
I've never been
Trinidad. I've never been Trini either, you know.
Yeah, I've
never been Trini.
But when I was in Trinidad, I felt like I was like experiencing the hood. And then I went to Tobago and I felt like I was in paradise. It was like amazing. But Trinidad's beautiful as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Moose says, Drift, where are the Mane haters?
I don't know where they at. I don't know where
we're going to speak about him in shortly. Dinesh, gentlemen, you watch You should watch 2020 games in cricket. You'll enjoy the power and the skill. I said that in the last stream. That's the only cricket that I would watch is 2020. But I don't think I could sit there and watch a test. That'd be too much.
2020 cricket is cool because you only get a certain amount of time. You can't do all that over-unders where you drag it out and it lasts all day and all that. So
yeah. Trudon says Pogba, if we're playing fantasy football under Klopp, the best midfielder in the world, easy. I don't know if I agree with that. Zlatan says Camavinga for you could be an option. Reason contract expires next summer and he's not extending. We could get him for cheap. He's 18 but a baller. Camavinga is excellent. I'll take
He's
Camavinga.
very good. Very
you
good.
You lot would say, which one of you lot said you want Camavinga before?
Yeah, I
Was it
did.
you,
I
Cal?
did.
Cal
Yeah, but I was
did.
saying
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to be the only centre midfielder we get in. I'd
He
want
can't
him
be
to
the
come
main-
with someone else. Yeah,
he can't be
because
the
that's a
main
lot of
signing.
pressure.
No. He's talented, but he can't be a main signing.
Yeah. Edward
100%.
says, Matt, I'm half Guyanese. My mum's side, big up.
Oh, same. My mom. Hey, listen, bigger the Guyanese people. Trust me. If you know about roti and that, are you mad?
I
about
love
the
the way
roads.
Guyanese people talk. When I was in
How about the
Trinidad,
roads,
I was
yeah.
just, every time people spoke, I was just like smiling, like.
Hey, us Guyanese and that. Like,
And you know what? I thought it was, you know, when a lot of people say like sayings and whatever, and you just think like, especially like you grow up in a Jamaican household, for example, and everyone's always like Ras Clark, blah, blah. You're like, it's not really said that often. Like, it's
Oh, it is. Hold on.
Neil's Drifty's frozen.
I think Drift has frozen. I thought you lot had frozen together. I was
No,
like, what's
it's
going
just
on
Drift.
here? Like, is it my Wi-Fi that's gone?
I'll finish reading off the super chats then. Repo.
Yeah.
So Naby, I see Tielemans is a good replacement for Gini. What do you think of Rafinha and Pedro Concalves? Rafinha's quality. Pedro is very good from the small bits of football I've seen. Tielemans, I would be happy with Tielemans.
Listen, you see, if we sign Tielemans, I'm not gonna like go mad and start saying we've made a crap signing. I'm just saying, in my honest opinion, I think we can get players that can potentially suit our system better. You see him as a good player? Yes, he is 100% because he can score goals and I like his technical ability. But I just think if we're talking about what Klopp wants, I don't know, or let me rephrase it. I would worry that the demands that we place on our midfielders, I don't know if Tielemans can match that. I could be wrong. And if we ever want to sign him and he does amazing, I'll take it back. But I'm just not sure about him in our system. But I think he's a very, very good player, 100%. Tielemans is a good player, though.
M to the O says 1,000 likes and a big surprise, everyone. Let's go. And that big surprise will be delivered by M to the O himself.
Trust me.
All right,
man.
So, guys, earlier today, not even earlier today, I'd say, not too long ago, did a Twitter poll. And we asked the question, we've got the final results. We asked the question, would you buy Mbappe if it meant selling Mane? Now, 54.5% of the votes said absolutely they would.
They'll sell Mane.
Hold on. 21.4% said no way, and 24% said can't decide. All right. Remember, here's the thing now. It's not just saying sell Mane. It's sell Mane and get Mbappe in. Now, again, Matt, we both made no secrets of what we'd like in an ideal world. We'd both like Mbappe to come while Mane's still at the club. Hold on one sec. Drifty. Just make sure
Got a perfect circle in that. Or you
Drift, did you hear any of the last bit?
No, guys, I just had a power cut. Can you believe that everything just lock off the light, the internet, everything just lock off? I'm on the 5G.
Yeah, you're moving mad.
John Henry don't pet about, boy.
Even now, you're moving a little. I think you're.
I'm on the 4G, so it's gonna be a madness until
it's moving a bit. Hold on,
John Henry ain't pet about.
Is this the truth about Konate's official or someone's? A few people have said it. I don't know if it's true though.
I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, man.
So Drift, before you came back in, obviously we did the poll earlier on.
I bet they're guessing.
We did the poll, right? On Mbappe and Mane. So the results are as follows.
Fake news. I knew it was fake news.
24% said they can't decide. 21.4% said they would take that deal, so they wouldn't take that deal, and 54.5 said they would basically sell Mane if it meant getting Mbappe. Now, we all agree and we've all said we don't want to sell to buy. But I ask this question because this is the situation we're in. We're not a Man City, we're not a Chelsea. We can't go out and get Timo Werner and Havertz, even though we've got Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Giroud, and etc. So I'm going to ask you, strictly playing by these rules, if we could get Mbappe, but it meant we'd have to sell Mane now, and we get Mbappe guaranteed this summer, would you do it, yes or no?
So repeat the question, sir, bro.
If we had to sell Mane this summer, but we knew it was a guarantee we'd be getting Mbappe, would you do it?
No.
Matt? It's not an easy question. Do you see what I mean, Matt? It's not an easy question, is it?
So you're saying sell Mane now and we're guaranteed Mbappe, yeah? Guaranteed. How long do you have Mbappe for? Or we can't really debate that.
We can't play God, bro. No, I can hardly answer the question. Trying to take me from Bruce Almighty out here, bro. I don't know, man.
No, because the reason I asked that question is because say we guarantee him, but then in 2 years, he's like, I love Liverpool, I won the league twice, but I want to go Real Madrid. Then I'm going to be like, well, hell no.
But
like, keep
I'm
Mane.
going to switch it on you. I'm going to switch it on you and say, what if Mane completely nosedives in the next year and goes into form we have never thought we'd see from Mane?
What if Mane doesn't know what and completely capitulates? Well, then that makes sense. You get Mbappe.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So we can't bring up the whole, because we don't know what the future holds. So the question is,
so you're just saying right now. Let's just say you're saying right now with everything saying right now. You're saying, flips. I love Sadio. No, do you know what? No, and you want to know something? It probably is the wrong thing because Mbappe is Mbappe, but I have to back drift on this one. We're talking like, you know what it is, yeah? Sadio Mane's goal against Arsenal, his first goal on his debut, said to me, this guy's different and I'm gonna love this guy. Like he's just on another planet. And it is like sentiment in it because he plays for us. But I'm gonna be real. Mbappe, killer mentality. Jeez. You know what? All right. Flip sake. Can't trying to end friendship right now. I don't know, Carl. I don't know because no, I'm keeping Mane. But deep down, I reckon I would regret it because again, you're thinking about age. And Mane is not going to get any better. Mbappe is only going to get better, in my opinion. And I probably will regret it. And it probably is sentiment. So that's maybe me likening myself to Jurgen Klopp when we say he's that trusty guy. But you know what? I'm going Mbappe. I love Mane, yeah, but if you're telling me you can guarantee me Mbappe, no, I'm keeping Mane. I'm keeping Mane. No, do you know what? It's really hard, Cal. All jokes aside, because
I know it is, but that is the dilemma Klopp's potentially faced with this summer.
Because listen, Mbappe is all worldly, yeah, and is going to get better. Mane is the guy that we've had that started the rebuild, and I can't. You know what it is? I'm a loyal man. I have to stick with Mane, even if people say I'm wrong or stupid. I have to. I'm a loyal man, bro. So man, I have to stick with
Have
Mane.
I caught up now? My route is reset. I'm on the Wi-Fi.
I have
Yeah,
to.
you're good now.
I
You're
have
good
to
now.
stick up with Mane because even though Mane is probably not, he's not going to be the same player for the next year or so, or 2 years. Yeah, Mbappe's going to keep getting better. Yeah, but I'm loyal, bro. Let the walls fall off the car in it. Let the thing just drop off in it, and then I'll say let's go and get a new car. And if someone buys that car before me, then so be it in it. But I know that I stuck with my team.
You know what
That's what I'm
confuses me,
saying.
yeah? What confuses me, and take Mane out of it, and I just mean in general. I'm really confused when people say things to me like, "Oh, there's too much sentiment. Oh, you're getting emotional about it."
No, but it is though.
I genuinely ask you, if you don't watch football with emotion and there isn't any sentiment in the love that you have for football,
Oh, man, I got sent in my
then
eye. One sec.
why do you like football? Because for me, football is all about emotion. Like if you don't get emotional over football,
I
then
don't know if I
kind of
agree with
feel
that.
like,
Griff. I wouldn't say it's.
no,
wouldn't say it's
emotion
all
is
about
what
emotion,
football's about,
Drift.
man.
I don't think it's all emotion though.
Not all emotion, but what I mean is, if you are really pissed off a player's leaving and someone goes, "Ah, man, you're getting emotional for no reason," it's like, why? What's the point in watching football if you don't have a favorite player and you don't? I don't know. Like, to me, that kind of sounds a bit strange. Like, I don't get how there can't be those people you do kind of like more. Well, it's just the nature of how things go. And
All
when
right,
when people just
can I swap it?
dash a man away, like,
can I swap it? Can I quickly swap it for something? If I was to say to you, we can get Erling Haaland, but we have to swap. We have to get rid of Bobby first. So if we sell Bobby on Sunday, guaranteed Monday morning we're getting Haaland. Would you do it?
no.
Raw.
No, and I wouldn't let Salah go either, bro. I love those three.
No,
those,
but I'm saying no. And again, all right. So I'm saying in this is what we are. We're a sell to buy club. We're not Man City. You can let Company and Silva and Aguero's contracts run down and Fernandinho's. We can't do that. We can't just let man's contracts run down. We ain't built like that as a club. But we know we're sell to buy. We as Liverpool want to keep on winning. So even though it's not what we want to do, we want to win because overall, our biggest love is Liverpool Football Club as opposed to the players. As much as we love the Fowlers, the Torreses, the Suarezes, well, before you started doing the biting and all that kinky stuff, the Steven Gerrards, the Michael Owens, the Steve McManamans, the Mane Salahs, the Firminos, the Gini Wijnaldums. We know we are sell to buy. So we have to finance our own transfers. We can't do the whole buy a man and let another man wither away. We can't do it, unfortunately. As much as I'd love us to do it.
These guys are only late 20s. They're not going to wither away.
Hear me out. I'm not saying they're going to wither away. Just let me finish. So we know we've got to do this to get the best players. We've got to sell a bag of man potentially. So I'm saying we know we're not going to keep Mane, Salah, and Firmino and go and get Haaland and Mbappe on top of what we've got. We're just not. We're never going to do that. So, hence why it is, would you get rid of Mane if it meant we could guarantee get Mbappe? Because that is the situation we're in.
No, honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell, and I wouldn't let Mo go for Mbappe either.
All right. So, and again, there's no right or wrong answers in my opinion. But then I ask you, Drift, how do we then fund a player like Mbappe or Haaland?
You come to terms with the fact that you can't get those players and you just have to because that's the thing, bro. The way our model works, it's more we have to accept we're going to get players that aren't that good more than you get rid of good players to get those players.
So now I ask you, how can we sustain success then?
We can't. And that's what the problem is.
Okay.
That's what the problem is with this model.
So couldn't you argue that? Couldn't you argue that we could get success if we were to get an Mbappe on board, even if it was at the expense of?
Yeah, but we were getting success. All right, you're very rarely going to have a situation where Coutinho goes for triple or double the money you need to buy the players you need, and you can fund everything. Yeah, there's no player we could get rid of that would fund Mbappe, bar maybe Mo. Yeah. Meaning we'd always have to come out of pocket. That means that we can't do a Coutinho scenario where we can get 2 or 3 players for the one player. We would have to put money on top. Therefore, you're not gaining anything by that player going. If you go, I mean, you're just changing. Where the Coutinho situation was slightly different was we lost 1 player and gained 2 or 3. So the squad got better and the quality of the squad got better with it. And that's why we became a lot better, was the last step we needed. If you get rid of Mo or you get rid of Mane and you bring in Mbappe, if Mbappe don't hit the floor running, you're already going backwards because he's the only replacement. He has to then do what that guy was doing. That's what I always used to say to people. If you sold Salah for Mbappe, yeah, because that's the only one that would financially cover the cost, Mbappe needs to score 30 goals a season for 4 years in a row. Because if he don't, you took a backward step. Because
but we're talking about Mane.
Has done that.
But we're talking about Mane now, and Mane
would be half the price of Mbappe.
No, but I'm saying Mane gets between 20 to 30 goals a season overall.
Yeah. I think if you just want to say goal contributions to be kind to him because this was a poor season, he will always get between 20 to 30 goal contributions. So that would be what whoever you're replacing with would need to do.
Now, obviously, you're right. Mbappe could come, he could stink out the place. But again, on the other side, Mbappe could come and he could double Mane's numbers. It could potentially happen.
Yeah, he could. I'm not going to doubt him as a player. But you're going to have to put double on top, Cal. If you got 70 mil for Mane, you got to put another 70 on.
No, I know, but it's like part exchanging a car. It's a lot easier to part exchange a car than to buy a car outright, isn't it? You subsidize some of the payment, right? And that would be what the Mane thing is. Obviously, Mane's not going to cover Mbappe's fee, but Mane goes a long way to helping us potentially get Mbappe because Mane's wages would go towards Mbappe's wages and the transfer fee would go towards Mbappe's. Plus, rumor has it PSG want Mane if Mbappe leaves this summer, hence why there's this talk about it. If I'm going to be honest, as much as I love Mane, I would understand if Klopp made the decision to do it, even though I'd be upset because ultimately I want new owners who don't put us in this situation and don't put Klopp in this situation. But because we are in this situation and I want the best for Liverpool long term, I'd potentially do it.
And is the best for Liverpool long term a player that will see us as a stepping stone?
Well, effectively, yes, because of our model drift. So, like in 3 years'
but that's
time,
why the model just has to end. Count.
No, I know, no, but we're not in control of that at all, drift. We're not. As much as we can kick and scream and shout about it, and I've been one of the ones doing it.
That Mbappe's and that won't come here, bro.
No, but again, even if we're just talking about on a commercial side, drift, like Mbappe, I think has got more social media followers himself than Liverpool has. As a club.
Yeah, but I don't want to get caught up in all that.
No, man. But we're not getting caught up in just that. We're not just buying him because of his commercial. We're buying him because he's a hell of a talent as well.
No,
so you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. So it's a tough one, Drift. Look, I get where you're coming from. You don't want to sell one of your favorite players and all that, and I don't want us to sell Mane either. But if it means we get Mbappe, I think I'd have to do it. I think I would have to do it.
That's fair enough, but I mean, I'm not surprised. Most people probably would because I saw how much Mane. I'm not saying you, but I saw how much Mane. Like no one actually truly wanted to back the team, so I get everyone would dash out Mane to get.
No, I see. I don't even think it's a thing where people want to dash him out. People called him out on his poor season, which I think is rightfully so. I think people are allowed to call people out on a poor season.
No, but there's a difference between calling someone out and being overly exaggerated in your discontent or your whatever. Like I just feel like everyone took it way too far. But again, like I said,
some people
I wouldn't get rid of Mane and I wouldn't get rid of Salah to buy Haaland or Mbappe. I just wouldn't. And so loyalty does go a long way as well. And I know obviously like we, you know, it is what it is, but when men are like, oh, he's old, yeah, I think he's way younger. I'm like, what, are you that brother that would leave your wife for the 24-year-old secretary? Like, it's not always about that. Like,
no, that's a different situation, Drift, because relationships aren't business, haven't got a business element.
No, like, but what I'm saying is when everyone just keeps doing this, they're old, they're just like, all right, like, flipping out. Man's 29.
Let's look at another club. let's say for example,
Well, Salah's
Aubameyang-
28 and Mane's 29, right? These man ain't even old.
No, we're not saying it's about old, but you just
No,
saying
but
there's
I
another
see
player.
a lot of people say about their age, and I'm like, these man ain't old.
All right, so let's switch it in another way. If Arsenal were in a position where they could attract Mbappe, and they said, right, they can swap Aubameyang for Mbappe, would you guys think Arsenal is silly if they didn't take up that deal?
Yeah, I would. It depends, but it depends if they had to put like.
Yeah, see, say hello to uncles quickly if you go to bed.
Hey,
Then, yeah.
King.
Yeah,
So
little
hello,
man.
uncles.
Hello, uncles.
Yeah, I say hi to the people then.
Hello,
Yeah, little man.
Yeah, and who's your favorite player? Is it Salah or Mane?
Salah and Mane.
No. Who's your favorite? You can only pick one. Salah or Mane? Is it Salah or is it Mane?
Salah and Mane.
You keep saying both. Is it Salah or Mane?
Smart, nah.
Do you know the Salah song? Do you? Sure. Are you sure? What, when it goes Mo Salah, you can sing it with me.
Man's putting him under bare pressure, boy.
Running down the wing. Salah.
Hey.
Mo Salah.
Yes,
Mo
King.
Salah. Mo Salah running down the wing. Salah.
Hey.
People, we are out. I'll be back though. When I'm not
Yeah.
out, he is out.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes,
Yeah.
people, and I'll be back. Give me 2 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
be back, people.
So yeah, if Aubameyang, let's say they were doing it at Arsenal and they said, right, you got to get rid of Aubameyang and then you can bring in Mbappe. As an outsider, would you say that's a smart thing to do?
Yeah, I would. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference as in, and this isn't to try and contradict myself because I just said about the age. Aubameyang's 32. That's a little bit of a different scenario because obviously at that age, that's 3 years older than Mane, 4 years older than Salah. That's a little bit. That's a lot different when the age thing comes into it. But then again, if you want to talk about guaranteed goals, I don't know. Would Mbappe score more goals than Aubameyang's a goal machine? Like, is it a guarantee he's going to score more goals? I don't know.
No, I hear you. It's never a guarantee, but it's almost like when we signed Virgil. It was never a guarantee that it was going to work out, but there was a reason why Virgil was wanted by Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City, because the better the caliber of play you go for, the less chance that it flops in it. And that's in any walk of life. The higher caliber you go for, the less chance it's gonna break down.
No. Do you know what though, bro? This is the thing, yeah. I don't know. I find it really strange. And maybe I'm the one in the wrong. Maybe I am actually the one in the wrong. I'm not going to sit here being ignorant, acting like what I'm saying is factual and what other people are saying is wrong. Maybe I am the one in the wrong. This is just how I feel. But I do get annoyed with the whole notion of I want the shiny new toy. Like, you can want the toy, but why does it mean that you want to dash away what you've got? Like, I can understand if you want to add that to your collection, but this whole I'll get rid of that because you're bored of it. Like, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing. Mbappe's a talent, of course he is. He's a star. I loved Mbappe from Monaco, and I wanted Liverpool to get him. But it is real easy to see the shiny new toy and be like, whatever it takes, I don't care. Get rid of these, rare, and all that stuff. It's like that. I struggle with that mentality personally. I do.
All right.
You're just ready to dash away what you have to just get this new thing. The grass ain't always greener. That ain't a cliche. It's a fact. Yeah?
No, that's fact.
So I just find it weird that everyone's just so quick to just be like, are you crazy? It's an easy decision. Oh, you're stupid if you wouldn't do that. I'm like, why? Why am I stupid if I say I don't want to get rid of Mane or Salah?
Let me ask you a question, Andrew. You've got a PS4, right?
Yeah.
If I was to say to you, Drift, if you sell your PS4 and add £50 on, you can get PS5, would you do it?
No, because there's barely any games out, and I've got hundreds of games on the PS4.
Fair enough. This is where it stings me because I'm not a gamer, so I didn't know the interest. Showed me up.
So if I get the PS5, bro, I'm gonna get bored because I've only got like 4 games to pick.
All right.
So no, I wouldn't. I'll keep.
All right. PS4. Let's say your favorite car. Let's say you've got a car, but your favorite car's on sale at the moment, and you know you can part exchange your car, and all you'd have to do is add on 2,000 onto it. But you've got that money. You've got that money, and you won't be hurting yourself if you spend that 2K. Would you do it? Would you part exchange
Again,
that
bro,
car?
you're using an remember, I got rid of my Focus. I bought a Golf GTI, and I regretted it.
No,
'cause
but I'm
the
not. No,
GTI
no,
gave
but
me
that happened to
problems.
you. I'm talking about right now.
Oh no, but I'm saying like I had a car for a long time. Everyone told me I should have got rid of it. I listened, I got rid of it. My car was bloody reliable, it was beautiful. Got rid of it, got a sports car. The thing broke down on me within 6 months. Got to the point where I had to sell it because it kept on thingy, and I regretted ever buying the fucking thing. And I wish I still had my old car. So I know and you know everyone was like, woo! I remember when I pulled up on Matt, and Matt was like, "Is this you, bro?" Everyone was like giving me the props and all that. But bro, when I was back on foot, and they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Yeah, the damn thing broke down again, innit?" Like, bro, I wish I had my old car. So like, I don't. That grass is always green, the thing, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not always. But to me personally, I hear where you're coming from, and I get why people would love the shiny toy. But I'm more like, let's add that to the collection. I don't want to get rid of what we already have, and that is the main thing that I have an issue with. Is that people are quick to want to get rid of Mane and get rid of Salah, and you know, move on real rare. But there's no guarantee, and I know again, but they might be even better. So sometimes you have to take the risk or whatever. But there's no guarantee that we're going to get that player and they're going to replicate what these guys have done for us. And these guys are young enough that I don't think we need to make that decision yet. 28 and 29 ain't the age where I think we make that decision.
No, we have to. We kind of do though, Drift, because Mbappe's.
In our model we do, but that's
no,
why
no. But
like
I'm talking about in terms of getting Mbappe. In terms of getting Mbappe, we have to make the decision this summer. If we don't get him this summer, we'll never get him.
Yo, no, I hear that. And then also, you've also got the whole like I said, knowing he's using you as a stepping stone don't sit right with me either. Because I can guarantee you Mbappe's thinking of Madrid. And in 2 years' time, we've got that Arsenal Vieira scenario where you keep on worrying about your guy getting like courted by the other team, and you got to be like
any player, Drift. That can happen with any
player.
Not
always, bro. Not always. But it's
all right. I'm not being funny. You could have argued that when Aguero went to Man City back in 2010, I think he went there. You could have argued he was using Man City as a stepping stone to go back to Spain to play for Barcelona.
Yeah, but we all know City is built different now, and you can't.
No, but that's my point. The reason why Aguero stayed around is because he believed in what they were doing. He knew they wanted to win every single season. So what's the point of me going to Real Madrid or Barcelona when I can do it here? I've got everything I need, and me uprooting and leaving. Hence why. That keeping him depends on where we are, what we do, but actually acquiring him is a different argument.
Do you know what I think? I think that's a bit different though, bro? Because he publicly made it clear Real Madrid is the destination, whereas Aguero, talent-wise, yeah, but Aguero was never somebody, especially that he played for Atletico Madrid and had that respect as well. He wasn't someone who you saw flirting with the idea of Real Madrid and all that stuff. Whereas Mbappe's making it bait. Like Mbappe's like, yeah, that's the girl I want to end up with. I'm going to date this one for a little while, but that's the girl that I eventually want to marry.
Which is fair enough. But
he's making it obvious. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like,
how we know that's where he wants his end destination to be, right?
Yeah.
But if he wanted to come to us for a sustained period, wouldn't we benefit from that? Because let's say, for example, we signed Mbappe for 5 years, and we won 3 Premier League trophies, and then he went Real Madrid. We'd be upset he's going to Real Madrid, but we'd be sitting there saying, you know what, we bought the boy and we won 3 Prems. It's not bad.
No, I hear that. But in 3 years' time, I think Mane and Salah will still be of a level where it's kind of like they're both believing at the same time almost. It'll be like Mbappe will be going off to Real Madrid and Mane and Salah will be coming to the point where you maybe think of moving them on because they are getting a bit older. So you're almost going to lose them all at the same time. It's just, what do you want to do for the time being?
Isn't that a problem though? That's what I think everyone's trying to get at. Our squad's
But I think it's a
together.
problem getting. I think we should go for somebody then that we know could be here for 4 or 5 or 6 years, then rather than someone we know in 2 or 3 years is going to duck out.
Sorry guys. I know I just jumped in. What are we talking about here? Sorry.
Still Mbappe.
Still Mbappe and the Mane thing. Okay.
Because I'm thinking along the lines of if they're all going to leave at the same time.
Yeah.
Then maybe it ain't a good decision because you should get somebody who will be here longest because that's the point of the replacement. If people are talking about age, they're talking about longevity, right? Because it can't be age if you're only talking about the immediate future. Salah's 28. Salah's going to give you the same amount of levels for 2 years or 3 years that Mbappe will. He's not going to fall off in the next 2 or 3 years. So if they're both going to leave at the same time, but one's leaving out of loyalty and he's done his job, and one's leaving because he wants to fuck off to the girl he really wants to marry, then what? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm still thinking the only difference would be you get more money for Mbappe when he left. So then we're just doing the FSG of just brainwashed us into we've always got to be accountants. We're never thinking about the football. We're always thinking about the money.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think. I mean, when I said it or when I was speaking about it, I was torn because I was thinking, right, like again, it's the whole what Mane's done for Liverpool and what I still think he can offer. Then you think about a guy who's up and coming, who's amazing already, and he's only going to get better. So what do you do? Now, if you're a businessman, you probably would kind of go for Mbappe because you're probably thinking generational talent. He's young. You can keep him. Well, try and keep him for as long as possible. Whereas the other guy, he's not going to get any better, or if he doesn't get any better, he's going to sustain like his highest level. So, for me, I'm just saying like I would stick with Mane. That's just me though. But I kind of was thinking about it when I was putting my son to sleep. I was like, yeah, Mbappe though, we probably would regret it though, Drift. Like as much
can
as
I ask you a question then? Sorry to jump you there, Matt. Can I ask you a question then? The same question I asked Drift.
Yeah.
If we don't cash on Mane and get an Mbappe this summer, which is probably the only chance and the only window we'll have to get him,
yeah,
how do we build our squad if we don't? Because obviously we are in sell to buy right now.
yeah.
So the key, there's two sides to sell to buy. There's obviously the buying side, also selling at the right time as well. We sold at the right time with Coutinho, even though we didn't like it. So how would we then go about getting top class players?
Well, I think we also think as well that Mane is the be all and end all, like for us to even generate money. Like he's one player. Like, dare I say it, you don't want to think about, but Mane is not even the highest valuable player in our team.
No, but Mane is the one that's been linked to the
No. But I'm just saying, because you said that how would we go about it? So let's say you just said a minute ago, or maybe I misheard you. Like we are a sell to buy model. So if we are going to try and get these players, wouldn't it be best to kind of cash in on Mane right now? And go and buy that logic, yes, but does it have to be Mane? And this is why when I say like how, and maybe I'm changing the question here a bit, I'm slightly cheating, but
you are.
Okay, I am. I know I'm doing, and Drift. That's why Drift's smiling because this is what we do. Naby, Ox, Shaqiri, just gonna hate me for this. Divock Origi, I say his name fast. There's other players as well that can generate funds. Now, if I'll go back to your original question, you're talking about money. Yeah, it makes sense from a business standpoint. You sell an asset that you think may not get better, and you're going to go for the asset who you think is going to only get better and better. It does make sense, Cal. But this is also football. Like, and people are going to say, Matt, you're a politician, but Gini Wijnaldum leaving for free don't make sense. Like, McManaman leaving the Bosman don't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Like, there's certain things in football. That's why I say, like, sometimes it's not as black and white. It's not as cut and dry as how it looks or how it seems. So
I hear you.
For
So
me,
I'll be honest.
yeah.
If we were in a situation this summer where all we needed was an Mbappe,
yeah,
then I don't even think we're having this conversation because you can look at the squad and think we can sell about 10 players here.
Yeah, you could go and sell some players.
But unfortunately, we're not, because over the years we've not brought in as many players as we should have each window.
Only because of COVID, I think recently.
No, I'm talking about after we won Champions League, we should have brought in 2 or 3 players.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I misheard you. I thought you were talking about the selling players and get money in. Sorry.
So again, let's say for example we had bought a top centre back when we'd won a Champions League and a top centre midfielder.
Yeah.
We're not having this conversation now. We're looking at our squad thinking, bro, you know what? All we really need is an Mbappe, you know? And like we don't even need to sell anyone apart from the fringe players. We're good in it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not in that situation because we need about 4 players to come to. We need a minimum of 4 players to come to the club, and we're at a point now we can't just go and sign anybody's. Like,
No,
they've
we
got
can't.
to be
And
top class players if
Do
you're
you
going
know
to
another
walk
thing
into
as well, guys? Sorry, I
agree.
I know this might cause a bit of a tangent. Apologies if it does, but and I'm not even saying I'm not even guilty of this a little bit. I think as football fans we all are, but if you take yourself away from it just a second and try and think logically, you'll get what I'm saying. Everybody who wants to get rid of a player to get another player is saying it's for the good of Liverpool, right? Now I get the logic. Liverpool is actually what we love, and the players, they do come and go. It's the nature of the beast, yeah. And I agree with that, and I get that. But I do find it very strange how when a player is loyal, performing, being consistent, and wants to stay, man will turn on him like that for someone else. But if that same brother is the one who wants to go, he's a Judas. He's a see you next Tuesday. Fuck him. Get him out my club. Rare. It's like, but hold on a minute. You're doing that to him right now, and you've got no petence to do it. Right now, you're telling me that Mo and Mane, two players who adore Liverpool, want to be here and have given us all the success we have. And when I mean all the success we have, I mean, along with the other members of the squad, everything you love about your club right now is because of those guys. But you are quick to go, man's on the decline. Fucking get rid of him. Bang, get him out. I want this new shiny toy. But if he was the one who turned around and said, I am dipping, everybody would be like, what a dickhead. I can't believe the way he's carrying on. Just hold them same feelings towards yourself that you're now holding towards them, man. And we're all guilty of it. But what I'm saying is, man, are going hard right now to push certain man out to get these man in. Wait until we hear a quote from Mo going, I want to leave. Man, them are going to be on his neck. Watch. Wait until there's a quote from Mo or Mane going, I want a new challenge, like Pogba. Them man were on his neck immediately, but you'll ship him out if you want the new guy. Like, hold the same energy, man.
No, but remember, what you're saying is factual, but Cal's not asking that question. He's giving us a scenario that we don't want to see.
No, I'm not talking about Cal. I'm talking about in general.
No, you're right. Yeah. Because in general, I would say, and I've said this, and I said this even yesterday, Jiffy. Like I said it, I was like, Sadio Mane scored 2 goals, and obviously when you were talking about the haters and stuff, I was like, I know you're not talking about me because me and Cal, both of us, have already said various times. The question could be asked whether you think he's in a decline. But we have never said on this channel, man can quote me, go back and watch the tapes. Neither of us have said, me and Cal, sell him. We need to get rid of him now. He's on it, like he needs to go. None of us have said that. And I think in our fan base, there's people, unfortunately, that either go this way or this way. There's no one that can see that happy medium. And when I say that happy medium, it can be the thing of, no, Mane, even if he's on a slight decline, he's still so great that look at Robin and Ribery. Even when they was on a decline, look at what they were doing. Don't mean say you get rid of them. You just manage them, or you might rotate them a bit more. You don't just get rid of man. And that's why I feel like our fan base can be sometimes. And do you want to know something as well? Well, I think we are like that. As you said it, best, Jeff, we've been conditioned, in it? And I've said that even before then. We've never really had a squad. We've had a first 11. We've always had this first 11 team. Even under Benitez, under Rodgers, under Julio, yeah? So when we want that big signing, we've never had an owner that said to you, do you know what? You can keep your big boy. I'm going to go and get you that big boy as well. So we've always had to kind of split it. We've always had to make this decision of like, oh, well, if we get him, that means he's been sold. Like, what other big team or big club, when they get linked to big players, like, for example, Harry Kane, yeah? Harry Kane's been linked with Man United, Man City, and Chelsea quite heavily. I don't hear neither of them fans saying, oh, yeah, we've got to get rid of one of our players so Harry Kane can come in. They're all sitting there going, we'll just add him to what he's got. We'll just add to what we've got. And that's the problem with our club at the moment. And it's been like that for years. Bro, it's been like that since David Moores and Rick Parry. Prior to then, it's been like that for time, you know.
That's more
never had a squad.
It's like with Man United right now, they just gave Cavani an extension because he's earned that extension by playing well for them. But they will happily go and get Harry Kane and have both. They're not going to turn around and go, nah, sorry guys, we can't sign Harry Kane because we gave an extension. But if that was our club, they would 100% tell us we can't have Harry Kane because we just gave Cavani an extension. And this is why I'm saying it's the model that is doing my head in. It's the model. And I get that they're not going anywhere, but we have to try and put pressure on these man. They owe us, you lot. This is what I said after that.
Of course they do. Yeah,
they owe us. We bun this old thing. We need a new way of thinking. We need to put pressure on these man and let these man know you owe us now. You did us dirty, and there's no way we're gonna let you do the whole get rid of one of our bad boys to bring in a bad boy. Nah, that's done. You messed up. Now you need to make up to us. You need to apologize. You need to go and get us Mbappe. And you know what? Give us the dream team. You need to give us Mbappe, Mane, and Salah.
Yeah. And again,
you know what I'm saying? We need MFM. That's what we need. Like, what are you man playing at? Like, bun all of that. And you know what? Matt hit the nail on the head. Even if you have to subsidize with players who you get a collective amount of money for by getting 50 mil here. Because I was saying to Cal as well, Matt, Mane would only command about 70 million, right?
Agreed.
You've got to put double on top to get Mbappe still.
Yeah,
you still got to go and put a whole chunk of money. So you're not even doing a like-for-like replacement, bro.
Yeah. No, I just say, but obviously Cal's is saying, because he's, in terms of asset-wise, he will command the highest out of, obviously, other than like Salah, Van Dijk, and Alisson, and maybe even Trent. But other than, like, there's a certain group of players where
he's probably the fifth. Yeah, he's probably the fifth. Yeah, I'll say Trent.
Because of age as well. Because if we're talking about prime,
are the ones you could sell for more money. Yeah.
If we're talking about prime, like, it's so mad. And as we said before, like, age is a big thing. We're talking about prime, and again, like, if Mane is 28 or 27, you roll it back like to 17-18 season, Mane probably commands double. Like, that's how peak is.
Yeah.
But again, look, I understand what Carl's saying.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Because here's the thing now. Mane has another bad season. That's the situation we could be in, where we're looking at a player who would have cost 150 to sell. And again, I'm not saying I want to sell him.
Are you asking the question?
This is the situation we're in, where Mane's come off the back of a terrible season by his standards. If he has another terrible season next season, we cannot be sitting here and asking clubs to pay us 70 to 90 million. We're more looking along the lines of 30 to 35 million. We ain't replacing.
He'll only have 1 year left on his deal then as well.
So, again,
all right, I've got it. I've got the whole answer.
And again, sorry to cut you, man, but this is the problem we've got with our model. We have no grey area to get things wrong. So
and that's why the model's got to change.
I agree, but this is the situation we're in. This is the situation we're in. So that's another thing to factor in as well.
All right, this is what I was gonna say. So what you said is factual. If Mane has another bad season, you're not gonna get much for him as much as even this season, like kind of end of it, right?
And we'd have lost out on Mbappe.
Okay. Why should we be thinking about players that should be sold to generate money? Because we're sold to buy, right? No. I'm not going to get you. I know you're asking the question. So I know you don't believe you're asking the question, right? Because we're sold to buy. Liverpool, if they feel like that's their regime, or FSG feel like that's their regime and how that's going to be for the future, or near future, so to speak, change it up a little. That's what we got to do. So instead of selling your Manes or your Salahs, right? Why not sell some of these fringe man players and then add a little bit to what you've already got? Because I think that's the ideal situation, but we're not in the ideal. We're in the FSG situation. All right, then. So going back to your original question, if you want me to answer it, and you're just saying this is all we can do, like all we can do is sell a top player.
I hate this. I hate it.
No, I know. Then let's be real. We will never reach the potential that we were ever that we can actually get to. We will never be the giant that Liverpool Football Club should be. We never will be able to do it. We won't be able to replicate back in the days of Keegan and them, man. Because we'll be held back. You can't tell me that if you have a great player, you have to consider selling him and then bringing the next one. You keep your great players. And again, I know it's different. Their model's completely different. But look at Man City, bro.
Yeah. The same thing we said, innit? Company left on the free, Silva left on the free, Aguero.
They don't care what their players leave for. Want to know why? Because they're gonna say we're gonna try and obviously these men are legends. We'll use them to the best of our ability. We'll give them their flowers, and not only that, we'll try and get the best out of them before they leave. And all jokes aside, Kun Aguero, I think is amazing, still amazing. But let's be real, he will never reach the peak Kun Aguero of Man City at Barcelona, in my opinion. He could still do great things. but not on peak Aguero, where you know what I'm talking about, people. Real football man know. When peak Aguero was playing, he was the most horrible striker, like in the league, alongside Suarez. Them man are different. So,
And do you want to know something
we
else?
got to think differently, man.
Here's another thing that annoys me when a lot of people, because I keep seeing the age thing is what a lot of people who were saying do it.
It's
is what
because
they're leaning on.
it's football.
But here's
That's
the
how
wickedest
I
thing,
don't
though.
think it's the age. No, so I don't
They
think
will
it's the
be
age
the
drift.
same people that will say jump how high if Ronaldo or Messi was to come Liverpool, and them man are old.
It's not the age drift.
They're actually old.
It's not the age drift. It's the age combined with the season he just had.
He had one bad season.
He did. I know he did, but he's had it a terrible
If it's the
time.
season why they're saying that, then I actually feel like they should go and watch a rugby or something. Because you don't understand everyone has bad seasons.
This is where we're never going to agree, Drift. You can't say that because if he's going into the last 2 years of his contract and you just come off the back of his worst season for the club.
But by the way, a worst season where he's still got 24 goal contributions.
No, but Drift, you can't.
No, I'm just going to say, well, like he was.
No, but Drift, you can't use stats to back up your argument, but you shut down other people when they use stats.
No, I'm not using it to back up my argument. I'm just saying 24 goal contributions is not a shocking season.
No, but it is by his standards and by what we've seen with our eyes. He had a terrible season. He did. He has. Just like Firmino had a terrible season.
I think he was bad in front of goal. I don't think he was terrible, but
he had a terrible season, man. He had a terrible season. But here's the thing: he's had a terrible season when now he's got 2 years left on his contract. So Liverpool are kind of in a position where it's we sell him,
give him a new contract,
or give him a new contract. But here's the thing: how can we give a man a contract after a bad season? It doesn't make sense.
Why?
It doesn't. How does it?
Because he's still one of our players and he's been the cornerstone of our success.
But Drift,
like what?
But we're talking about now. Does he deserve a new contract right now? Not based off his legacy. Right now, we're talking about right now. Based off what? Based off what though?
What do you mean? The fact that he's a world-class footballer. The fact that he's been here for 5 years and he's done everything he can.
But in the last year, he's not shown it, Drift.
Bruv.
Let me get my charger. I know you might still be arguing. I'll literally be a minute. I'll be a minute.
I don't know. I don't know. I give up trying to fight Mane's corner now, man. I throw in the towel.
No, it's a genuine no, Drift. You just said you'd give him a new
24 goal contributions from a player who had a terrible season. In my opinion, I think people have blown it out of proportion because we were having a bad season as a club. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going to go and look at how many left wingers in world football got better stats than him, just for the stat merchants who are probably still part of the people saying, get rid of him. Like, I actually want to know what left wingers have got better statistics than Mane this season.
And again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying he deserves not to have another season. I'm saying there's a difference between having another season and getting a new contract. Because
I think he should get a new contract regardless.
Okay, but all right. So here's the thing now, Drift. Should Bobby Firmino get a new contract?
Firmino's has got 3 years left, ain't he?
No, I'm pretty sure he's going into the last 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember, to be honest.
If Firmino's going into the last 2, I wouldn't give him a pay rise, but I'd give him another year or 2 extension. But I wouldn't give him a pay rise. But that's probably because Bobby's already on 160 as well. He's a high earner.
See, here's the thing. If we go and give Mane a new contract now after the back of a bad season, to me, it doesn't set a good precedent for the rest of the players.
Why?
In my opinion.
Nobody would have a problem with it, Cal. He's a cornerstone of our team. Who would have a problem with Mane getting a new contract? No one. That would be like saying, why should we give Van Dijk a new contract? We don't know if he's going to be the same. No one would begrudge you giving Virgil a new contract, though.
No, but there's a difference between being injured based off a bad tackle from someone else or your form just being
Is there?
complete.
because it's easy to turn your form around, bro. You might never be the same again, and that's got
it's
nothing
not
to do
easy to turn your it's not easy to turn a form around, Drift. If
Of
it was
course
easy
it's
to,
easy to turn your
Drift, if it
form
was
around.
easy to turn form around, every player would turn their bad form into good form.
No,
It's
I mean
not
in
easy
comparison to getting over a career-ending type injury. I mean, like you have no control over whether you'll
it's
be
not a
the same
career-ending
player.
injury. It wasn't a career-ending injury.
Bro, 10 years ago, we would have thought Van Dijk might
that's-
never made it
But
back.
that's
That was a
10 years
howling
ago,
injury.
Drift. We talk about
You know
now.
what I mean?
But
I'm
it's
saying
not.
if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna look at a man who still performed to the best of his ability for
That's
12
just
months,
the way
and even though his
it
form
is.
wasn't bad, he still gave everything, and he's still a
Aye.
cornerstone. They say you don't deserve a contract, but you got a man who is just as good a performer, if not better, but for the last 12 months has been on the sideline with an injury that we have no idea if you'll ever be as good as you were. But this guy's like, oh, guaranteed, make sure he gets a contract. That guy, nah, I don't care how much effort he made last season. He was playing shit. He shouldn't get one. For me, the principles are all wrong to that. All wrong. Everything about that sounds wrong to me, bro.
Which is fair enough, which is why I'm asking the question. But in my opinion, I don't think you can reward someone with a brand new contract after them having their worst season at the club. For me, that doesn't make logical sense.
I don't know, man. I still think 24 goal contributions is pretty much deserving of like. But I saw a stat and it said that his stats are better than Rashford's. So again, I don't even like doing the stats, but it kills the stat merchants.
All right, but do you honestly think he had a better season than Rashford this season?
Well, if he statistically had a better season than him, Cal, then according to most people, yeah, he did.
No, but Drift, I'm asking you, did he have a better season? Yes.
No, I don't.
Forget about the people. You keep on bringing up the people. I'm asking you. We're having a convo. Do you think he had a better season than Rashford? All right, then. So the stats thing don't really count then, because
it does even for the people who will always throw that in my face because age is a stat.
Drift, we're talking about us now. If we're talking about stats and stuff, fair enough. But we talk about us. We all know, fair enough. You got 24 goal contributions. 24 goal contributions sounds phenomenal, right? But if you're playing and you could have got 70 goal contributions, but you only get 24, that's not great, is it? And I'm not saying that's a number he could have got, but it's not great, is it? So
it's not great when you look at the ratio, but I still think that's a very harsh
all right. So Patrick Bamford was one of the top goal scorers in the league, but he wasn't one of the best strikers in the league this season, was he?
No.
All right. Why is that? Because he missed a bag of chances, even though he finished on 18 Premier League goals?
No, I'd actually base that on actual talent more than anything. Like sometimes you can punch above your weight, and I feel like Bamford's one of those guys punching above his weight.
No, but I'm just talking about as one season. Forget about talent, because you got to look at how someone performs. Talent.
No, but you can't forget about talent. It has to be.
Of course. All right. Ben Arthur was one of the most talented players we've ever seen in this country, and he didn't perform to the level.
No. What I mean is, I'm talking about if you take a player who's got a certain amount of goals and they're talented, you take a player who's got the same amount of goals but they're not as talented and they just punched above their weight. Talent has to come into it, because Aguero, if he ended the season on the same amount of goals as Aguero, we know for a fact he's not as good as Aguero. He punched above his weight for that season.
No, but I'm asking about whether he had a good season or not. I'm not talking about his talent.
We're talking about the comparison to Mane's stats, right?
No, I'm not. I also completely.
No, but that was why it came up, because you're talking about the goal contributions.
No, all right.
And you said, but he should have scored 70.
But you're saying he had a good season because of his stats. I'm saying, despite his stats, he didn't have a good season. In the same way, Bamford was just a good striker. He wasn't world class this season, because you look at his goals and say he got 18, but really and truly should have probably had about 25, 26.
But not for his ability, Cal. That's what I'm saying. Bamford's not good enough for you to think he should get those numbers.
No, I'm not talking about his ability, Drift. I'm talking about him playing in front of goal, bro. If you're in front of goal,
how it comes down to ability, because Mane's having a poor season and still pulling up them numbers. Bamford is punching above his weight to get them.
I think you're missing my point of what I'm trying to say here. It's nothing to do. I'm not talking about talent in the slightest. I'm talking about performance.
Yeah,
it's nothing to do.
Talent matters in the performance the same way.
Not in this conversation.
Europe, but we know they're not really good enough for that. But they got it, so they had a brilliant season. But they're not really that good of a team, are they?
Just answer my question. Did Bamford have a great season this season? Yes or no?
He didn't have a great. How many goals did he even get before I answer that question?
He got about 18 league goals, I think.
Did he? No, is that a real number? Because that sounds.
Yes, it's a real number. I'm not just. Yeah.
Matt, did Bamford get 18 goals?
I don't know.
I just want the real number.
No, generally, I don't know how many. He got a lot though. He got I say, top of my head,
Patrick Bamford finished
15,
on 17 league
16?
goals.
I'm about to 17.
He got 17 goals. I'm actually quite surprised. I didn't think he could do that. But you know what? The sunshines and the dogs are some season.
Drift, just answer the question, bro. Did he have a good season? Yes or no?
He had
in
a
your
good
opinion?
season. Yeah, that is
all
a
right.
good season.
But would you say he was top 5 best strikers in the league this season?
If there's 5 people above him, yes. If there isn't, then he did.
You're moving.
No, who's in the list? If he's the 5th on the list, then he was the 5th best striker.
You can't talk about eye tests and say you hate stat merchants, and then now you're using stats.
I'm saying if he's 5th on the list, then he's the 5th best striker this season.
Drift, that isn't the case, bro.
I'm confused.
I'm going to get some.
How is that confusing, bro?
If he's the 5th top goal scorer on the list, then effectively he was the 5th best striker in the league this season.
No, it doesn't.
So how do we measure it then?
You measure it on how people play and also how the chance conversion and overall. It's not just a case of, right, this person got a set amount of goals, so that person's better than that person.
But then there's too many variables in that.
No, but there's not, Drift. This is football. You can't just put it down to one thing.
No, but I'm saying if you just want to round it up to make it simple, because if we're going to start doing all those variables, then that means that I can start doing all the other variables, like all the running that I had man's legs tired. So when he was in front of the goal, he was tired because he just made an 80-yard run and all that. Now we can start making bare variables here. I'm just saying 24 goal contributions, bro, for all the stat man who love to throw me these stats. Yeah,
you keep on talking about the stat man. We talk about this. We talk about
Mane didn't have a good season by his standards. No, he didn't. But he still should get a contract based on how well he's played for Liverpool since he's been here. And the fact that he didn't even have that bad of a season, because I think he was still defending well. I think he was still working hard for the team.
He had a bad season, bro.
A bad season by what? Just his goal return. What else did he do wrong apart from his goal return?
His dribbling wasn't as good. He wasn't as effective with his creativity and his passing, and his finishing was off for a lot of the season.
He got 9 assists.
Bro, Drift, you're missing.
No, but bro, he got 9 assists. But if we're talking about creativity, he got 9 assists, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I have to kind of bring the stats to simplify the argument. You're
using stats for your.
No, because there's no other way for me to explain to you that he was still being creative to some degree without showing you how many times he set someone else up. Like, a lot of people are forgetting. You see, when we was all celebrating our goal against Burnley, for example, that Phillips scored and was so happy for Phillips. That was a piece of Mane skill and a cross that set that goal up. But everyone acted like he never done nothing to do with that goal. This is what I'm saying.
No one acted like that, Drift.
Bro, I didn't hear anyone come in and big up Mane, who actually got 3 assists and 2 goals in the last 3 games. I didn't hear anybody say anything about it. I don't know, man. It just feels like there's an agenda against Mane.
Guys. Listen, guys.
I'm not even saying you, Carl. I just mean in general.
You're not, but there's
this
not
season feels like there's a massive agenda against Mane.
Guys, you know what we need to do? We don't need to do, all jokes aside, we actually need to do a video solely on Sadio Mane and voice like what you think Liverpool should do with him in terms of like, do we sell him? Like, and when I say do we sell him, I don't think either of us think we should sell him. But if a player of like Mbappe's like caliber is available, should Liverpool at least be looking to sell him? And I'm not saying we should. It's just a question, because I see both points. One of you saying talking about stats and talking about Mane's not had an like amazing season. Another one saying no, but look at the stats. Like if stats are still like better than some people say have had a great season, a la Rashford, whoever. But I'm just saying. This right there, in regards to Sadio Mane, we should do like a separate video for whatever. I think we should. And leave it there.
And another, I don't
if not, we'll be going about it all night.
I don't know what I'm saying is because
all
I
night,
know
man.
Another argument, and I don't mean to, but it's just I just think it's something that is quite factual. The one reason why I know that
no one was going to get the lasagna, you know.
The one of the reasons why I know it is kind of biased as well, not from you lot. This is just in general.
I'll go and get the lasagna.
Everybody is bigging up Salah for the season that he had. And I don't think Salah played poorly. Don't get me wrong, I don't. But Salah wasn't brilliant, but his goal return was brilliant. And I think like a lot of people are forgetting there was a lot of performances where he didn't perform well, but he did get the goal. So credit to him for getting the goal, but the performance wasn't that great. And I feel like that's the only difference between why people are slating Mane and not saying anything about
Drift,
Salah.
drift.
Because if
You know
go
what?
and watch
You
the
had to
season,
bring
no, if you
me
go and watch the
in.
season, the
Why?
performance of Salah
Alright.
in a lot of games wasn't what was good. It was that he got the goal. So if you want to talk about stats, Cal, everyone is defending Salah based on statistics.
All right. Let me
Based
say
on
this.
statistics,
No,
I'm
Drift,
sorry,
what you're
it's
saying,
based
no.
on statistics.
Drift. What you're saying
I
is
don't
true.
care. I don't care.
Salah hasn't had great games and he scored goals. I agree with that. He hasn't had some. He's had some subpar performances. I fully agree with you. But bro, sometimes, and I say sometimes, not all the time, a sign of a great player is someone that actually doesn't play well and they're still able to score because you still got to score.
Man, that's moving the goalpost.
Listen, I'm not getting into it right now. I'm just saying. You got to praise a man also as well. So it's 50-50, Jim. What you're saying, I agree with. But I also got to back my own point when I say, bro, sometimes when a player doesn't play well and is not able to score, that's a sign of a great player, bro. It's that simple.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that.
You can't really... So I hear you when you say, like, oh, Salah hasn't played great and we praise him because he scores, yeah? But, Drift, the main aim of football is to score. Regardless of how it is, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a fluke, whether Salah shoots and it hits off someone's eyelid, brother, it don't matter. The ball went in the back of the net. And that's all
that means you're proving my point. I'm so glad you said that. So really and truthfully,
I'm
the
not
only
your
reason
point
people are saying Mane had a bad season is because he was poor in front of goal compared to what he's used to.
No, I'm not saying that. I just said
but you literally just said the aim of the game is to score goals, yeah? So therefore, that means that everyone is ignoring the good play that Mane's doing defensively, the hard work, and they're only judging him for when he misses the chance.
Bro, just because someone works hard doesn't mean they're playing well.
Jeff, can I be real?
You know, I'm not going to be a part of that Mane conversation. You lot can have that, and I'll.
Jeff, can I be very real? Do you see the touch that Salah done the other day, where he controlled it with his weak foot and brought it down? Yeah, you thought that was. Did you think that was saucy?
That was saucy.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. Salah's done that quite a few times this season. I'm just giving an example, just a little example, and this is what people are talking about, not me. Bro, there's people in the chat saying things like, Mane's first touch can sometimes be diabolical, and I can't even lie. There are times. Listen, Jeff, let me land. There are times, even when I've looked at Mane and thought, bro, look, how can you just like lose the ball like that? That's bread and butter for you. So I hear where you're coming from, Jeff. But you have to understand the other side of the argument. No one's telling you to agree, bro. But just understand that you can see why. It's like if you got, all right, I'm going deep here. But it's like, bro, Journeys don't quickly, it's like if you go court, you're thinking, why have I got these parking fines? This is stupid. But at the same time, you can understand why you're in court. Like, you can understand why they're bringing this defense. You don't agree with it, but you can understand it. That's what I think where Carl's saying. And that's what I think the people are saying.
No, I know. I understand it. I understand it to a degree. I do. But here's another thing that I will say. One thing
have I said the right people? I don't even know.
But, people are going to say I'm just sticking up for him. Fair enough. I don't even care at this point. Yeah. A lot of the time, I think there's a difference. I think Salah controls the ball.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a beautiful touch, but I think a lot of the time Salah controls the ball and then thinks about what he's going to execute. I think a lot of the time where Mane's touch might be bad is he's trying to make the touch into the second phase of what he's thinking to do. So there's more room for error. No. Let me land. I'll let you land. Let me land.
That's true. I wasn't.
So there's a much bigger difference between controlling the ball and then thinking about what you're going to do and trying to implement your touch into the next phase of your play. There's a much bigger margin for error with the way Mane does it. But even if that's not the way you want to look at it, but then I'll flip it then and I'll say, and I hate this comparison between Mane and Salah, but to make a comparison, Salah's touch has been beautiful this season. How many times has Salah ran into the left back, just literally ran into him and lost the ball? Millions of times. He hasn't beaten his man once this season. How comes nobody's going to bring that argument?
That's a lie, because it's a lie. No one says.
All right, maybe the odd time, but I'm telling you now, I watched all 38 games, and Salah was running into his last man constantly and losing the ball. Constantly. His dribbling has been way off this season. But nobody's going to say nothing. But why? Because he scored the goals. So really, everyone is just on Mane's back because in front of goal, he hasn't been as prolific as before. They're not looking at any of the other play. They're just thinking about the goals he's missed. And I'm telling you now, I'm not having this argument anymore because I can tell nobody's willing to accept it. It's cool. Man, I want to dash Mane out with a bathwater. That's on you. I find it incredible that everyone's doubting him, and I'm finding it mad that he's the only one being held to this high standard.
No one's saying that.
Is what it is, man.
Bro, I actually said, just quickly, and to end it, I just said, Drip, all I'm saying is you can understand why people are bringing it like as a question because, bro, what you said about Salah, the same thing's happened with Mane. And dare I say it's happened more with Mane, bro, if I'm being honest. But does that mean to think that I all of a sudden think that Mane is not a great player? No. Bro, I've said this to you many times. I think Mane is mad tired. All Cal's asking is a question. All he's saying is, when it comes to Sadio Mane, we just have to keep it real. We're talking about an individual season. We're not talking about a player as a whole, because Cal's already stated, and I've stated, bro, Sadio Mane should not be sold. He should not be sold. What we are saying is this season that he's had has had a bad season. He's had a bad season. We think he will come back. I've said this many times, bro. I said it yesterday. I think Mane's going to come back and have an amazing season.
It was below par. It wasn't bad. It was just below par.
Bro, when Sadio Mane is not in contention, in my opinion, to hit like 15 goals in the Prem, he's having a bad season. Do you know why I say that, Jeff? Because this man has all worldly ability. This man can do anything he wants on a football pitch.
That's what I'm saying. By his standard.
No, but Jeff, what I'm trying to... All right, what I'm saying is this, yeah? I hear what you're saying about the Salah thing, because Salah's done that. He's miscontrolled the ball, running into a right back or a centre back, whatever. Mane's done the same thing. In fact, Mane might have even done it worse. But I'm not taking away from the greatness that still is Mane, bro. All we are saying, and I think a lot of people in the chat are saying, we love Mane, bro. He's going to come back next season.
Not you, do they? I don't think the people...
I think they do, but I'm just thinking... Because you love the player...
No, hold on. So let me get this straight, Drift. Because they're not sucking him off and saying he had a great season, that means they hate him now.
No, saying he's done, get rid of him, is ridiculous.
Well, not many people are saying that. A handful of people are saying that.
No,
a handful of people are saying that out of the majority of people. The problem is, people have seen him play for the last season and have questioned, is he on the decline? Which is a fair question. Because it's not just one element of his game that looked off this season. It was multiple elements of his game. So that's why the question is being asked. Therefore, when people say, right, is it just a blip or is he on the decline? It's a fair question to ask. Does he deserve another season? Yes, in my
100%.
opinion.
100%. It's not even a debate.
No.
It's not
he doesn't
debate.
deserve a contract right now. He doesn't.
I'm just trying to.
December, if he starts hitting form and he's good by December, January, I want to see him sign on the dotted line and extend.
And then what happens if he turns around and goes, "You lot"?
People are trying. You heard me here first. I tried.
Then we got to tell him, innit? It's what happens.
What? Because we wouldn't just give him a contract.
Oh my! You know,
guys.
We got to move on from this money thing. You know, I can't even learn.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to have this conversation without me, because I'm not, like I said as well, 3 assists and 2 goals in the last 3 games. I don't even anyone giving the man credit for it to Rotted. So
no one's saying that. All I'm saying.
What do you?
You know when I say stuff, I'm not just talking about you as well. You
but I'm asking, what do you want the fans base to do? What do you want from them?
I want them to realise what he's done, give man a blight for having a below par season, and stop trying to dash man away like he's a piece of trash.
Oh man,
all right. How much of the fan base?
I'll say 50% of the fan base.
No, it's not 50%. It's not 50%.
All right. I know what I see, bro. I know what I see.
What you see on Twitter?
No, just in general, in the chat, in Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere in the football world. All I hear,
we're not even the biggest Liverpool YouTube channel.
What's going on here? Like, I'm just hearing Mane get slated everywhere. I'm like,
you're basing it off what you see, not what is all available.
Well, I see more people brushing him than defending him. That's for damn sure. So. If you don't want to have that conversation, then you lot can have that conversation. But that's the last time
you're the defense. What do you mean?
You're the
last time I'm talking about Mane.
Bro, if you're I try to listen. I'll leave it there.
I just don't get how you can't speak about a player without it being an emotional or being a thing where man's saying, "Oh, this and that." Like, I will speak. I will speak about any player in the team, no matter how much I love the player, and I'll be objective about it, and I'll say, look, this is why I understand. Like, people are saying, get rid of Firmino to get a striker in. I understand it. It makes sense.
What, get rid of him out the whole club?
Well, bruv, if that's the only way of us getting a killer striker, it makes sense.
All
It
right.
makes sense. It's
I
not
don't
what
think
I
he
want.
should-
It's
I
not
don't
what I
think he
agree with,
should
but it
go
makes
either,
sense. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean what someone else is saying doesn't make sense.
Listen, that's fine. I don't agree with that
Like,
either. But
no, but we can't sit here and say the whole fan base is turned against Mane because, like,
no, I just said
the-
50% of the
it's
fan
not
base
even
want him out.
50%. I wouldn't even say it's 20%.
I'm gonna show you some. You be like, oh right, that's a lot. That's going mad.
Yeah, but I
Sure.
can also show you hella stuff where people are saying we don't want Mane to go. Don't sell him. He needs
All
a
right,
rest.
send me
He
that.
needs this.
I want to see that. I actually want to know where the positivity for man is.
But
So
again,
send me that for real.
how does us sending that to each other establish whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to sell Mane or keep him or give him a new contract? What does that
Oh no,
do
that
for
was
anyone?
just that was my opinion, and I completely disagree that he don't deserve a contract. Totally disagree.
All right, so again, my point goes as yours. This is where the frustration from me comes in, is because like I'm saying these for these points, and if I don't give him a contract now, you're acting like we can't give him one in the future. There's not a small window to give a player a contract.
No, but Cal, that's a contradiction
I'm giving
to
this
every
man 5
conversation
minutes.
we've
If
had
not,
where we
eat my
say we should
lasagna
never
live.
let a player go below 2 years because then the club's in a bad situation.
It's done.
Yeah,
So that's
but there's always
completely
exceptions to the
contradictory to
rule.
all the conversations we've had.
No, it's not, Drift. There's exceptions to rules. You can't just have a
Nah,
blanket
there
rule
isn't,
for
man. Come on, why is there exceptions to the rules? We're talking about one of our best players.
But hold on. So you've never said there's exceptions to rules, Drift, when it comes to football?
But not when it's literally based on he don't deserve it, because that isn't really that's kind of more like just being like liberty almost.
Why
That's
is
not
that
even
being
an
liberty?
exception. That's like just being a liberty. Like, you had a below par season, so fuck it, you can't have a contract. Like
No,
what?
it's not saying that, Drift. It's saying, you know what, you this season you haven't been great, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to assess your performance for another half a year, and if you get back to the level, you show me you get back to the level, then yeah, we're all good. You get your contract. I can't just give you a contract
And then
based
when he
off your
tears
worst
up,
season.
no, but fair enough. But then when he tears it up and he's got 1 year left and he's like, I see what you lot are doing, I'm out, and we fucked up. Then what?
Then it's one of those things. It happens, isn't it? But
Nah,
all right, so
that's not how it should be, man.
all right, but
That's
here's the
not-
flip side to that coin, then, Drift. How about we give him a 4-year contract and he goes and has another 2 poor years of football? What happens then?
That's more like that's football.
But they're both the same, just in different ways.
No, they're
It's-
not, because one is
Hold on,
actually on purpose.
Matt, sorry
and the
to
other
even
one is
drag you
just
into
the
this.
fact
You're
of life.
mediating. You're mediating here, Matt. Sorry to drag you into this.
I
We'll
am
move on.
mediating. You're damn right I am.
You do see where I've just said that. Is it not the exact same if we give him a new contract and he plays crap? Is that not the same risk as us not giving him a contract and he wants to go?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So
It's not the
argument
same
for
thing.
both.
One is just how football is, and the other one was stubbornness.
Stubborn.
both
Nah,
football.
but it's football, though, isn't it? It's like you have to be inside the player's mind to know if he's stubbornness, though. I will say that. Yeah, you have to kind of know.
No,
how
I'm
the player's
talking about his stubbornness to say to him, "You don't deserve a contract. Earn it." That's stubbornness.
Listen, this man, I'm gonna say this to both of y'all.
No, I'm done.
I did speak to him last night. Like, he told me the whole story. It sounded like Safari 2.0. What I mean, Safari 2.0.
No, I'm done. I'm not gonna do the Mane video.
You know,
I'm
we
not
have
talking
to
about- I'm
move
not
on.
talking
We've been
about
on
Mane
Mane for
anymore.
time, guys.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Mane anymore. That's it. No, I'm not talking about Mane no more, man.
I'm
we have to
definitely not.
stop.
Not on this stream anyway.
Stop. I can't even do it without laughing. Stop. No, bro. Guys, here you both coming from. All just said, like, again, with the Mane thing, I get it. It's tetchy. Like, it's techie. It's mad. Nobody, in my opinion, Drift, that's a Liverpool fan through and through, and again, it's my opinion, should want Mane gone. All they're doing is asking a question, saying, he's going to decline. Raw, like, what's going on with Mane? That's all they're saying, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing else. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it there. We move. If we have another segment, I have no idea. I don't think we do.
No, we don't now. Just go
Man,
get
out all the
really
credits.
stupid
Them man, they out all the credit on the phone. Remember back in the day when these man used to get the vouchers and that. These man I'm talking about, yeah. The phone vouchers. These man ate
give you
up
the 5 minute
all the
warning.
credit. I've got no credit. They ate up my credit as well. Them man ate up all the credit, you know.
Like, those
Remember the
days were
BT
tough,
Cellnet?
bro.
Shout you man know about BT Cellnet, yeah? With the vouchers and that. Go to the shop, give the man a little £10, you get a £10 credit. You're trying to phone up whoever. It might be Galilem, it might be Mandeb, you don't know who it is. And you see, oh shoot, man's only got £2.99 credit. Yeah, man, I have to send a little voicemail. These men ate all my credit. It's done. With the money thing, we're gonna debate it. And I'm gonna be the mediator because clearly you man can't
No,
settle it.
bro, I can tell you for a fact I'm not talking about money, no.
No, yes, you are. Do you want to know what's
No, I'm not talking
Drift, do you know
about money.
something? Do you know something, Drift?
Matt,
You
there's
said that
actually
the
no
last
point.
how many shows you talked about money? You keep saying, I ain't gonna talk about it, but every time we get into it, you talk about money. And
No, I definitely got roped into
No,
this.
but Drift, all jokes aside though. No, all jokes
But I
aside
ain't letting
though.
it happen again.
Alright, but all jokes aside, I actually think it's a debate worth having. Like on a I will come up with a question or whatever.
No, Matt, don't waste your time, honestly, bro.
No, I'm wasting my time because you're
I'm
gonna be
not
involved.
talking about it
Yes,
no
you
more.
are. We know you are. Anyway.
No, honestly, I'm not.
Anyway, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be the mediator, people. Whether Drift likes it or not, I'm gonna be the mediator.
I want you lot to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I'm gonna be the mediator. We'll talk about Mane because I think it's a genuine question to have because I understand both points and it's actually intriguing to hear both sides of a story. I just think what it is, someone needs to mediate and see and average up both points and see where you're both at. That's what I'm gonna say.
The thing
it might be a members vid. I think it might be a
thing
members
is, I'm not decided either way. I'm open-minded on the situation, so I don't really need to have a debate about it.
Fair enough. Listen, Drift, you still here? You still with us?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All I'm saying is this. Matt says stop talking about the next. Yeah, I did. I can't even lie. I was the one that said stop talking up. Listen, I'm not gonna reignite the fire.
Just leave it, bro.
But we'll leave it here, though. We'll leave it there with the money thing. Whether we debate about it or not, I don't know. But let's just leave it here, guys, because you might have been debating for time.
Yeah, I'm good.
I've had my Walker's crisps and I've had a little bit of bun, yeah. And again, I should have got the cheese out as well. I could have got the cheese to go with the bun. And I've got the lasagna. Look, the lasagna's staring at me. You might know when it comes to food, like I would choose food over you, man, all day. Sorry, you man.
I know you would.
It's all love and that, but when it comes to food,
I didn't expect you to say it on a stream, though, bro.
You man, listen, you man got me rattled. You man were talking about Mane for about half an hour. You think I'm not gonna choose food over you man's arguing?
You're harsh. You're harsh.
Lasagna, come on now.
Let me read out the rest
I'm
of
hungry,
the
man.
M to the oath. Sorry, no, I read that one. Drift camera out here got him looking like Davies. I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It must have been when my and the thing is, I need to get a club.
Oh, when you froze, but Dave's Dave's a hologram, innit? I don't know.
Yeah, my 4G is terrible still.
Mine.
1975 Jamrock. It's easy for Drifty to spend other people's money. Well, that's what we meant to do as fans, though.
That's what we all do. Like, and I'm saying not to spend the money. Is everyone else saying spend the money?
Kadir says, guys, I'll bring mum samosas round. All love.
I'm not gonna lie, I like samosas.
I love samosas, you know. Hey, food in that.
I like the vegetable samosas.
I love food.
Dado one says, thank you all for your brilliant content throughout the season, my brothers. It's been a roller coaster, but we did it. Next season we move. Thank you to everyone who supports us. Dinesh says, gentlemen, watch documentary Fire in Babylon on West Indies cricket. It shows how they fight against racism, help West Indies people in the UK. I've heard about it. I haven't got around to watching that. That's meant to be a good watch, I've been told. LFC Aaron says Kesse from Milan would be a good signing. Very good player.
Kesse's a good player. Rating. Workhorse.
Slyros says, remember Drifty research in the Conference League? Yeah, we did. Still.
I did. I thought we'd be in it. We pulled off a miracle.
I'd swap Mane. I'd swap Mane or Salah and still play 100 mil up top for Mbappe. Fair enough.
He would what, sorry?
He'd swap Mane or Salah and plus 100 mil up top for Mbappe as well.
Oh my, lamb samosa. You really know about lamb samosa?
Promo says LFC fan base is too sentimental. Mbappe all day. Bassett 1 says he's lost his touch, control, yard of pace. He used to be quick, light on his feet, and glide past players, score bangers. It reminds me of Torres' decline.
Confidence and I'd say tiredness. Because I saw, in my opinion, I'll just be quick. I've seen glimpses, whether it's 3 games ago, yesterday, whatever. I've seen glimpses that Mane still got it. I think it's tiredness and lack of confidence. And even Klopp said it as well. Like, I think Mane may have been affected due to the decisions that he hasn't been getting throughout the season. And when, again, remember when I used to say to you, man, like, and not just you guys, like everyone, like I used to say, like confidence was a massive thing. And people was laughing at me, you know, when I said, no, confidence is a massive factor in football. It can make you look like the best player in the world, and it can also make you look like the worst player in the world. When you got no confidence, bro, I said that from how many weeks ago? And people laugh, but I'll leave it there.
What that super chat said, though, do you understand why that person said that, even if you agree or disagree?
I understand it. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, I understand it.
Dado 1. By the way, I'm half Guyanese on my mum's side. Tell the brothers about Pepper Pot. Oh my days.
Pepper Pot. Listen, you man. I'll whip out some Pepper Pot for you, man. You man will be like, what?
As soon as you said pepper pot, I'm assuming it's hot and spicy.
No, do you know what? No, I'll for you. I won't make it too thingy. But now, trust me, bro. I got you still.
That's one of the reasons why I prefer vegetable samosa to meat samosa, because for some reason the meat ones seem like that. Maybe it's the way the meat's seasoned, but they feel more spicy when there's meat in them. So that's why I prefer the.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna make you some roti and yeah, even pepper. Yeah, do you know what? Oh, yeah, listen. Obviously, things are coming back to normal now, so man, I'll whip up a little something anyway. You man are already.
Like we're talking about patties, then the vegetable one's got to be the last on the list. You see me?
Listen, patties.
100%.
Kop-Ish.
What? Sorry. I know people are trolling the chat. Yeah, I'm seeing things like Konate News, Konate Medical.
Ignore it. We're gonna.
Can you stop trolling, please?
Sly Ross 1 says Mane was brilliant versus Chelsea. COVID could be a reason.
I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore, so I can't.
M to the O said, brother, the sentiment is for the club. I'll do anything for the success of my club and not for an individual player. I support my team and the club. Dad 3 says, we've got to think long term. There's a higher chance of Mbappe being great for years to come than Mane returning to top 10 form. Still appreciate him though. Yasir says you guys should have done. You guys should do your EPL team of the year. We will do that.
We will 100%. What you think? That we're not gonna do it?
Jerry, bear with us, Jerry. We're still getting through the rest of the super chats. Liverpool need to evolve. End of story. They do, but also let us know how you think they should evolve. 1975, Jamrock says fans can be emotional. Football clubs aren't or can't. A-Spec says VVD and Konate will be devastating on set pieces. I'm betting on Trent and Robbo to both get double figures assists again.
I trust Marquez. Sorry, I'm not saying I don't trust all of you. I trust Marquez. So when he's saying something, I trust Marquez. Like, I'm not saying you man are lying. I'm just saying.
Zuberi, Drifty, I don't want to rub it in the haters' face anymore, but can we get a show on how many times certain man could have given Mane a tap-in? It's up to you guys if you.
I don't know if one of these men want to do it, bro, because I'm not talking about.
Sorry, repeat that again. Sorry,
he's basically saying the amount of times someone could have squared the ball, so Mane could have scored a goal, but they didn't.
Yeah,
Mane would have had a lot more goals.
But that's kind of true though. I think if Salah, if you go over the season and you saw times when Salah probably could have passed for Mane, I think there's a few clips that we could probably bring up. I think that's a fair thing to say. I think it is.
There's 2 from yesterday's game, but I understood he wanted the top.
There's a fair thing to say. That's a fair thing to say. So I don't. Yeah, I don't.
By the way, when I sent that clip in the room, no one said anything. But do you lot agree, or was I just being?
I just really tried it, you know.
No, just say yes or no. Do you agree with what I was saying, or do you think I was being stupid?
I
Well,
didn't
we
think
said
you
it
think
from.
stupid.
I said it from earlier that he should have squared twice.
I said we was on the
Oh,
phone.
no, because
I
no
phoned
one
you at half
spoke about
time.
it in the group. No one spoke about it in the group.
Nah,
so
Drift, you try to
because
be
we had
slick there
already
because I
spoken
phoned you.
about it.
Hey, Drift, I phoned you at
No, I
half time
sent
when we spoke.
remember the screenshot I sent in the group and I
Yes,
said,
but
guys,
we had
am I
already
being stupid
spoken
or
about
did
it.
this?
We had already spoken
Man's
about it.
trying to-
Like you should have
nah.
squared it to him twice.
Man's trying that
Had we?
agenda.
I
Yes.
wasn't a part of that conversation. You
Drift,
lot had that
I
conversation
spoke to
without
you
me.
at half time. We spoke about it.
No, I'm talking about
No, but
today.
I never noticed it during the game. I noticed it after the game. That's
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
said to you, oh, Salah could have squared it to mine. And you were like, yeah.
I didn't even say what player I'm talking about. I just said I sent a screenshot. Did you lot agree or disagree?
Drift thinks you're being slick, you know.
All I said.
How you think you're being slick?
Slyros
Bro,
won. Henry
man
and
saw that.
LeBron
Come on.
laughing to the bank with Champions League cash. Sean Swain, Drifty wants us to
This guy.
stand still. Johnny Ten Gun says, congrats on the merch. Sooner you'll be making Robbie's money. I don't think we will.
I don't know about that. Robbie's the godfather. Like,
Robbie's the godfather.
Robbie,
By
There's
the
a
way,
reason
you
he's
know,
called
I just
God.
want to touch. I just want
Robbie
to
clear.
touch on that stand still. I actually think if you don't add to what you've got and you get rid of what you've got to get the new thing you want, you're standing still. In a respect, I think moving forward is you add to what you have and you build. Like I never really understand the logic behind thinking that adding is standing still. Standing still is not doing anything. That's what standing still is. If you keep what you've got and you put some more on top, that's not standing still.
Fair enough. Mr. Here's My Battle says, I think the problem is that if we sell Mane and get Mbappe, people who say no, it will be more easy if you include a Neto and Rafinha. That's a fair point. M to the O says, I don't get why you want to wait until the business starts falling before you change. You man could have invested in merch and nobody buy it. Hashtag risk and reward. Promo, 4 years at least from Mbappe, maximum 2 from Mane. See,
Fair
that
point
I don't
again.
agree with. See, no, I disagree with that one. Shall I tell you why?
he
Because
said 4 years from Mbappe and 2 years from Mane. So that means Mane's 32, playing at the level that we know he can play at, and Mbappe playing at a level where he
31,
can
but 29.
No, but that's where I disagree with it, because
Okay,
we're automatically
29,
saying that when someone hits 31 or 32, they're automatically going to drop off.
No, but
That's
okay.
the point I was trying to make.
Let me even rephrase it though. Is Mane going to get any better? Yes or no? In your lot's opinion. Yes or no, Drift? Yes or no? Is he going to get better than what he's produced so far for Liverpool? It's a straight.
No. At his age now, this is probably the.
And that's when I say it's not even about, decline. It could be about stagnation or just the level that he set. I don't think Mane is going to get better than, dare I say, the 18-19 season. I think that's a fair thing to say.
That is fair.
So when I say 2 years,
this argument sounds weird to me.
That's
why is
what
it
Matt
so
just
weird?
said is spot on, bro.
No,
in
the general consensus of just football, because I just always feel like, well, by that thing, then Real Madrid should have been like, no, Modric, you got to go, Cruz, you got to go. Like, I don't know. I just find this whole like Man United would have never had.
No, bro. All I said is he going to get better? Like, is he going to improve? In my opinion, I think Mane can only reach. Like, let's say.
No, I'm not talking about Mane. I'm talking about the general consensus around age of players. That even if you're not going to improve, I don't care. If you're at a high level, who cares if you're going to get better?
No, I agree, but it's the
Real
question
Madrid
that
aren't going to
was
shut off
towards us,
Benzema and Modric just because they're not going to get better.
No, but that's not the question, though.
I'm just going to ask one question and then move on back onto the super chats. When was the last time Modric or Cruz had a bad season? For them to be questioned.
To be honest, I don't watch Real Madrid close enough to give you that information.
They ain't. That's the problem. They ain't had a bad season. When was the last time Messi had a bad season? He didn't. He doesn't.
Do you genuinely watch enough Real Madrid to know that?
Yes.
You do. That they've never had, because I remember at one point, people were saying Real Madrid were done, and then Zidane managed to get them back on track. There was a season, I think it was a season Zidane came in or whatever. I heard people saying they were done, and then he revived them. I don't know. I don't watch enough of them, but that's what I remember people saying.
LFC Aaron, how are we going to afford Mbappe's wages? No idea.
We gave Lovren 100 grand, so I'm sure we'll find a way. There's always a will.
Here's my battle. We need to get young players, turn them into world class, sell them for crazy money, and rebuild like that. I.e., sell Mane, get Mbappe, and sell for 300. I don't like it, but if that's our model, that's kind of the way we have to do it.
Yeah, so we have to move.
Mario says every other big club sitting there with full houses and royal flush while we gamble on a pair of twos. I don't know, poker, man. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a
a
poker
blackjack
man
guy. I
still.
don't really
Blackjack
know.
and that, but man, not poker and that. But I need to get
Yeah.
involved in the poker thing.
Bashar says, just wanted to thank you guys. Difficult years in many aspects, and you stuck with your channel, fans, and with the club. You'll never walk alone. Much love to you guys.
Come on now, we're not FSG. We're always here. We're here to stay no matter what it is going on. But we're not going nowhere.
FSG MP says FSG turned us into all certificate public accountants. Certified public accountants. Sorry, Gopa. Salah is PSG's #1 target if Mbappe leaves. I'm hearing this Mane. I'm hearing both on Salah.
Yeah, I mean, so you kind of know there's interest at least. If that's the news that we're hearing.
Shout out to Yasin, who's just become a new member of ours as well. If you'd like to become a member, click the link in the description. You can do that. Gasoline says, no club aiming to be at the top gives a player who has a bad season like Mane's a new contract. Slyros 1 says Origi with a good first touch could be a new signing. Fair enough. Stephen Robertson says it's mad we are thinking about swapping Mane. The guy has helped us win the league in 30 years. He deserves more loyalty from us. Slyros 1 says I've got 6 goals and 7 assists. Everyone's saying amazing season, and he plays in the front three now. Sadio has had a decent season for everyone else, but not for his standard.
So read the beginning of that again, please.
Mount has got 6 goals and 7 assists. Everyone's saying he has had an amazing season, and he's playing in the front three now.
But the thing is with Mount,
don't, Matt. There's no point. Stats mean everything now when it comes to Mane.
I'm not saying nothing.
M to the O says 750 likes achieved, enough for a treat or not. M to the O, you're the one offering the treats, bro.
You said the treat, bro. It's on you. It's on you.
That's on you, bro.
It's on you. It's on
Gasoline says, where is the energy for Bobby Drift? His ball retention is by far the best out of the front three. All I hear is Firmino goals. 90.
No one's ever heard me say that I don't want Firmino in the team. Though I said I'm sick of him being the striker. I've always said I still want him in the team. No one's ever heard me say dash him away, get rid of him, nothing. So
975 Jamrock says arguing with Drift seems like arguing with a wall.
Hearing my food in a minute.
975 Jamrock.
I just don't have it.
The difference between having it and not hearing, bro.
It sounds like no one hears me either, so I feel like I'm banging my head against
the wall. We do hear you.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, we do. I just don't agree with everything you say. Agopa says Salah's fan base on Mane's neck. Hashtag plastic. Say that again.
I said same here. I just don't agree, innit? Same thing.
Andre says, isn't Mr. Edwards in charge of contract negotiations? If so,
I'm heating up my food, Mark. I don't care.
He can be. Are we surprised?
Heating up my food.
Edwards, I don't think, was in control of this situation. And again, Edwards
he would still be under instruction, though, right?
Yeah.
He can't do what he wants. Like
Jerry says, Gini stuff is killing me. Not a lot of people understand his role in the team. He is there to maintain possession and keep the pressure high up the pitch. Basuma, in my opinion, is not an adequate replacement. Fair point. I don't think a lot of people get what Gini does, unfortunately, which is a real shame. Musa LFC 21 says, instead of doing a Mane video, how about just a video about what's next for LFC in this squad and how we go about replacing and phasing out first teamers? Slyros 1 found Davies and Nabbies at McDonald's yesterday. What were they ordering? Let us know in the comments. M to the O says Mane himself
needs a Big Mac still.
Mane himself has said he's had a very poor season. He knows himself that this season is a market in negotiations, therefore won't expect a new contract.
By the way, I just want to say, I don't think he's had a good season. I hope nobody's trying to misconstrue that.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Who's that? Who regarding this?
The person in the super chat.
No, I was asking who's the player you're referring to, but who's not had a great
The
season.
person that was in the super chat.
No, I'm asking you. No, Drifty, I'm asking you. Who's the person you're referring?
I'm talking about Firmino. Cool. I'm talking about Firmino.
All right, cool. Say nothing. Cheapers. Man's asking you a direct question.
I just said I'm talking about
direct question. And man's talking about the person in the super chat. So now how you're seriously deflecting. Man didn't even say the person's name. The person in the super chat. Bro, what's the person's name in the super chat?
No, the player the person was talking about.
Who's the player?
Firmino. I just said.
Okay.
That wasn't Firmino who's just talking.
It was. He knows this though.
So do you.
So why can't you answer the question then?
Because I'm not playing silly buggers anymore.
But who's silly buggers? I'm asking you a question, bro. It's a serious question.
Right.
Is there any more super chats, Carl?
There aren't any more super chats. But
man.
shout out to Imran. Imran, who's one of our regular supporters. Him and his wife celebrated their 6th year anniversary. So we're going to drop the beat for Imran. Congratulations.
All right, big up.
Many more years to come. Cool. All right, people. So when's our next video, guys? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Cool.
I don't know if you want to let the people know. Is this a little surprise, or should we?
No. We'll let them know when they tune into the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. We'll let them know. Let them know.
That's the incentive. You got to turn up, and then you get
turn
the
up
surprise.
and smash the like, and you might know what it's about.
Indeed. I tell you what, we've had 1,000 people in there.
Yeah, man. Big up everyone in the stream.
If we get to 1,500 likes on the stream or on the comments, etc., then we'll release the details of the show before the show tomorrow on social media. Otherwise, you're gonna have to tune in and wait.
That's a good one. I like that.
Mario says, "What do you think of Odegaard under Klopp?" I think Odegaard could be good under Klopp.
He's not good enough to be the replacement of a Coutinho, which is technically the type of player he is, but he's a good player though. If you're going to buy an Odegaard type player, I think he's got to be an elite level. And I don't quite think he's at an elite level. He's good. I like him.
I like Odegaard. I think as good as he is, though, we could do better than Odegaard. We're Liverpool, man. We ain't got time to... we had Coutinho at his peak. Odegaard's a good player and everything. Don't get me up and coming, but I wouldn't even say... Is Odegaard someone that you would look at and go, he's going to be the next big thing? Me, personally, I think he's good. I don't know whether he's going to set the world alight, and I could be wrong. I could be. But when their man at one point was rotating Smith Rowe and Odegaard, I'll leave it there.
Put it like this.
And I like Odegaard. I think it's good. I'm just not sure.
There's some Arsenal fans questioning whether they should try to sign him. That should mean that he's not maybe of a level, innit?
Arsenal are a mess, though, let's be honest.
But that's what I mean. So surely they would be begging for him if he was that great of a player, isn't it? So if even they're a bit like, then
Odegaard playing behind their front three and playing behind our front three is a different proposition.
It is different, though. It is different. Odegaard's good. He's good. I like him, but I just feel like there's players that are kind of already made to like.
I know we've got a lot of Arsenal fans who support.
Even people are saying Grealish is so true, though. Like if Grealish was playing for us right now as a 10 or whatever, or a free roaming 8 in our system. Come on now.
I don't think Grealish would be a good idea based on his injury record.
Would you say Grealish or Odegaard?
Just talk about talent.
Yeah, just talent.
Talent. Talent.
Grealish is bringing more to the table than Odegaard. I hear you say.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying,
but maybe Odegaard would be a better signing for his availability, though. If I'm being honest.
Maybe. I'm still picking Grealish. Though.
Well, people, we're going to sign off here. Please make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click the like button and leave a comment below. Also, check out our member stuff if you're a member. If you're not a member, you can become a member. And check out our merch as well, guys. We've got T-shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs. Not calling you mugs. Just we've got mugs. And we're going to have plenty more in the future as well. So until next time, people, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people.
Hey.
Take care.
Bye.